Hello, everybody from around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is ASE the Pair, and actually, I'm currently waiting on my other co-casters to join. Um, but I figured, let's get started. I'll start with the introductions and some quick reminders for those of you playing in the tournament. Again, this is the Nordic Classic. It's a tournament organized by Connor McDavid. If you are interested in helping out and supporting the tournament, feel free to donate to the prize pool on the front page of the Nordic Classic. Obviously, the prize pool makes things a little bit more exciting, and we would really appreciate your donations. Just donate, click on this link, and it's a GoFundMe, pretty straightforward. Um, you know, Please donate if you're willing. Obviously, this is a free tournament. It's all for the community. We're really trying our best to make a really excellent tournament for our viewers to enjoy and for people to watch. And also, also a great place for us to commentate and see some awesome games. Also, another quick reminder: week 2 has started. So please schedule your matches. As I understand it, Connor, as the sole tournament organizer, has rulings over what is reasonable and what is not reasonable regarding scheduling, and Connor is going to be much more strict on this for this round as opposed to last round. During week 1, we saw, and we're going to continue to see a number of 2v2 matches because people messed up scheduling. That might not be as accepted later on. Please try your best to be very flexible with scheduling. Very flexible with scheduling. All right, let's take a look at today's match. So today's match is Clanhater Appreciation Society against Squatter Water. Definitely an interesting matchup. We'll have to see. What comes out of these teams. On the Clanhater Appreciation Society, we've got Raja, Regazor, Serengeti, and Simba. And on the Squatter Water side, we've got Kimbo, Vuli, Greenlove, and Panda Warrior. Definitely an interesting matchup. I personally have played with a number of these players, but I'm really excited to see what sort of strategies and what sort of playstyles we'll be able to see out of these players. Also, apologies if you can hear the pouring rain that's happening outside. It's been kind of on and off for the last hour or so. Anyways, this is ASE the Pair, and I think I'm going to jump into game number 1. I'm not entirely sure where my other co-casters are. As I understand it, Nuts is supposed to be here, and Old said he would join in a little bit later. But anyways, I guess let's jump into game number 1. Oh, actually, we should quickly go over the bans, of course. Let's see what sort of bans they've got. So it looks like Clanhater Appreciation Society banned Japanese, British, and Koreans, whereas Squatter Water banned Japanese, French, and Maya. Definitely interesting bans from both sides. Both sides banned Japanese as their tier 1 pick, which is not surprising. Japanese are among the top banned nations, among those, and in addition to like Lakota. Tier 2 Clanhaters banned British. I know a lot of teams have been banning British. Some teams think it's a very strong nation. Whereas Squatter Water has banned French. Definitely an interesting choice. French are fearsome for their heavy cavalry and their powerful despot. The French get healing from their supply wagons and also a free supply wagon with the siege factory. So they can really keep up the aggression. French are definitely a powerful aggressive nation. And then later on in the game, their heavy cavalry are still quite insane in the later ages. So definitely a good all-rounder. And then Clanhater Appreciation Society has banned Koreans for Tier 3, while Squatter Water has banned Maya. Both are pretty fast nations. They have their own. They're both very good defensive nations. I would say Koreans. Personally, I would say Koreans is probably the better nation due to their unique repair powers as well as their ability to be more aggressive, I think. But both are excellent nations. Definitely, I think among the top nations in the Tier 3. All right. Anyways, let's get started in game number 1. Oh, and unfortunately, this is going to be a 2v2 due to scheduling issues. Once again, it strikes again. And let's take a quick look at the players and the nations. So on the Clanhater Appreciation Society side, we've got Serengeti and Regazor. Serengeti is playing British, and Regazor is playing Lakota. Whereas on the Squatter Water side, we've got Greenlove and Vuli. Greenlove playing Lakota, and Vuli playing French. These are excellent picks. It seems that both teams are in fair agreement of what sort of nations are the strong ones. The Clanhater Appreciation Society banned banned British, whereas the Squatter Water banned French. So it's clear that they believe those nations are among the stronger nations in the pool. Let's take a look at this map. So this is Amazon Rainforest, as far as I can tell. Well, actually, it's either Amazon Rainforest or it's Old World. Forgive me here. It's looking like it's Old World, considering how it's open. But let's take. I think personally, I would give the edge to at least nations-wise. I would give the edge to Squatter Water. It feels like French are a pretty good counter to the British archers. Heavy cavalry are excellent against archers, and we'll have to see what strategy come out of the respective Lakota players, because Lakota, as we know, is one of the more unique play styles, because you can place cities and buildings and stuff everywhere, so even not in your own territory. So we'll really have to see what sort of strategies come out from these players. So it looks like Greenlove and Vuli have spawned in the top side of the map, whereas Serengeti and Regazor have spawned closer together in the middle. This favors Regazor and Serengeti, I would say, because there's a chance they may be able to split off Greenlove and Vuli. Greenlove especially being far off, but definitely because Greenlove is the Lakota player, is able to sieve very far forward and really make a difference. But I'm definitely interested to see where Regazor will place the first city. It's definitely going to be an interesting call. We'll really have to see. Let's take a quick gander at the rares, I guess. So Greenlove and Vuli have got marble. They've got wool in the back. There's gems they can probably contest. There's relics over to the side. There's Pappy and Cotton way out over here. And then they've got copper, obsidian, and there's amber over there, and bison in the corner. Whereas for Serengeti and Regazor, they've got sugar, furs, silver in the back, silk also in the back, diamonds, and dye. It looks like Regazor and Serengeti have gotten the better set of rares. Sugar, silver, and diamonds being among the top rares in the game. Looks like we'll see some possible aggression coming out of these players because of this furs and the sugar, and in addition to all the other rares. We'll have to see if Greenlove is able to really make something happen, slow down the opponents. Anyway, that's possible to stave off the aggression. Let's take a quick look at the ruins count, because it's 3 minutes 30 seconds. This is about when faster players will have put up their libraries. And it looks like everybody's gotten a lot of ruins. The Lakota players, not unsurprisingly, have gotten the most ruins, but everybody else has gotten at least 4, which is good. It's roughly balancing out. we'll have to see how fast these players are. So it looks like Voli's just put down the library, whereas Serengeti is close. Serengeti has chosen to put the wood over here. Definitely an interesting call. So on one hand, it's plus 100, right? Definitely excellent for the British player. But on the other hand, like, why not here? Or, also there's the fact that the citizens have to walk far, far away. That's why, one of the strategies that may seem smart in maps like Himalayas, sitting in the middle, is actually not so smart, because you really want to put down. You really want to have your wood near your city so your citizens don't have too long to walk. Looks like Regazor is going for Commerce 1, and it looks like Greenlove's actually faster, despite what I believe to be... Let's take a look at the runes again. Despite Regazor actually getting more runes. This is quite the interesting turn of events. Let's take a look at their economies, I guess. Yeah, really interesting. I imagine... Looking at it, it looks like Regazor has gotten 4 wealth runes, which, you really, you only want one or at maximum 2 wealth runes when you're playing Lakota for that Science 1 play. But it looks like they've both gone for Commerce 1 first, which is definitely an interesting choice. We'll have to see what sort of things happen. Not sure why Greenlove's not producing merchants. Voli's gone for markets, or Commerce 1, and looks like Serengeti's a little slower than the other players, but probably is also going to Commerce 1. At this point, the slow start as a result of having to walk all the way is partially remedied because all of these, citizens here are really helping out with the British, especially with the British economy. Plus, this is going to be plus 110 timber income after the commerce, which should help out Serengeti quite a bit. Looks like the blue Lakota player, Regazor, has gone for Civic first, whereas... Oh, this is a scary, scary city. Very, very forward from Greenlove, gonna capture that wine. Let's see if Regazor and co have scouted it. Has not, but has chosen to civ very, very close defensively. This is definitely an interesting pick. It's not immediately clear why, you would want to sit here. It's not really taking advantage of the Lakota power. But on the other hand, it could be dangerous for could be dangerous to civ too far away. Let's see if Regazor is able to scout this, and we'll also take a quick look at what text the other nations are going for. It looks like Greenlove's actually also gotten Science 1. Looks like Greenlove's going to be ahead of the other Lakota player. And we see a citizen squabble here. That 110 wood income definitely coming in handy for Serengeti, and Voli has also gone for Civic 1. I'm interested to see where Voli civs. Unfortunately, there's not that much space here. It's kind of hard to put down a good city. I imagine like over here, or maybe even in Greenlove's territory somewhere over here. The more I think about it, this is actually an excellent city position. You're really denying territory from the other Lakota player. You capture wine, which you don't want to give to, you don't want to give away any more rares. And looks like. Oh, 1 second. I see Old is on here. Hello, can you hear me? Old, can you hear me?
Hello, pair.
Hi. Yeah, sorry, I started without you. I'm currently like 7 minutes in. Do you wanna hop on real quick?
I'll hop on. Just keep going on. I'll just jump in when I get there.
Okay. I'm at 7 minutes 10 seconds right now. So, yeah. All right. Anyways, looks like we're gonna see a military out of Greenlove and a barracks being thrown down. Whereas on the other side, Regazor also has military, but the barracks is very far in the back. This is definitely a more defensive barracks, I imagine, because otherwise you really want to have your barracks at the front. This city's also even though it's a defensive position, it's kind of awkward because say your opponent comes around for a raid over here on diamonds or this woodcutter camp, your army has to walk all the way around, and it could be a problem for Regazor and Serengeti. So we've got a barracks and a bowman coming out. Looks like Voli has chosen to civ in that spot earlier, and Serengeti's chosen to civ to the side. An interesting choice. Honestly, it seems like not the best choice considering, they have furs here. They civ on it, just protect it, keep it nice and safe, and also they can possibly stop raids coming from here with a defensible tower. All this river gives easy heads up, so Makasuke won't be attacked. Let's take a look at what rares they've scouted. So Regazor and Serengeti have scouted. They've scouted silver. They've scouted silk, but here we see a nice play for Greenlove. As a Lakota player, you really want to put up towers in places your opponents are using excellent rares outside of their territory and where there's no defenses. Let's see if they've got anything to back that up. They're sending an archer, whereas Greenlove's archer is very far out, so it looks like they're not going to be able to defend it.
Alright, what time you at, Pear?
I'm at 8:42 right now.
Okay, I'm almost there.
Looks like Vuli does not have military, whereas Serengeti has just clicked up. Really interesting to see what happens, and it looks like this tower, it's gonna be close. This is some messy, I believe the tower is gonna go up, and that's gonna be pretty big pain for Regazor and Serengeti. Just not being able to use silver effectively, despite this is gonna be a big pain. And the archers are here, but it's just a little late. They're a little behind. Greenlove gets a kill and has clicked up to age. Wine, bison, gems. Gems is actually very helpful with this forward city position. It's definitely a good play. Let's take a look on this side. Look at that British economy. This is one of the really good benefits, especially with diamonds. The British player can easily go despot and not be too affected. And here we see a barracks in this position. It seems like that's an unnecessary position. Here we see a nice tower from Greenlove, but it's not going to go up, unfortunately, because Regazor notices it. Really interested to see what happens here. A stable first usually means some aggression or raiding. This is a not terrible barracks position. It's more forward than this very to the side barracks. It looks like everybody's going to be aging right now.
Yeah, everyone's right in a position to age, and it looks like how many rares are getting used from each? You got furs, sugar, diamond getting used from Serengeti. Those are pretty good rares for British.
Yeah. I'm at 1020, and I went over the rares a little bit earlier, but it looks like Regazor and Serengeti have sugar, diamonds, silver, silk, much better rares than their opponents who have wine and bison and gems.
No, I was just saying, what are they using? If you click on it, you can see what they're using.
Oh yeah, sure. So looks like Regazor is currently using dye, silk, and sugar, but not diamonds. Whereas Serengeti is using dye, furs, sugar, and diamonds. And it looks like this is a nice raid coming from Vuli. Deny this tower, kill this merchant, kill this citizen, really cause some havoc in this area. Probably could have gotten this merchant, honestly, depending on when the attack came from. Let's see. So it looks like we're gonna see Senator coming out from Greenlove. Probably a good choice. And this is a nice raid from Serengeti. Gonna take out both merchants here, probably.
Yep.
Cause a lot of havoc.
Well, that's Vuli. Vuli too is also raiding. Vuli just raided first.
Yep, that was a good raid.
The counter raid. And one thing I just realized is Riga's is using silk in the back because Greenlove never scouted it, so he didn't.
Oh, interesting.
That.
Yeah.
Because Greenlove towered silver, which took that out of play for all teams.
Yep.
But he didn't, and that's one thing for players to always remember. There's always a corner rare on these type of maps, so you need to get back there and check and see. And you can see that paid off for Regazor because he was able to get back there. I'm kind of surprised Serengeti's not using that as well. Maybe.
Yeah. It's pretty good with British, right? Gives you the resources you probably want most, wood and wealth. And it looks like Regazor has gone for Civic 2 and also Senator. So it looks like we're not going to see too much aggression coming out of Regazor, at least. Probably. I wonder
what do you think about that call? I think that's a little.
It's interesting. I think I think the play that I imagine what Regazor is going to try to do is sieve near the back and take over silver again. But I'm not entirely sure. I think I don't know. That's what makes sense to me. I would really like to see a tower or a raid come through here. This seems like a very, very vulnerable spot with diamonds and this woodcutter camp of Serengeti plus the mine of Regazor. Like, it just seems like that's just like begging to be raided, and they really need a tower there somewhere.
Yeah, I probably would have preferred the mill 2 here because I really like the ranged cavalry for Lakota. You get the free upgrades, and you get small plunder bonuses for raiding farms and woodcutter camps and stuff like that.
Yeah, in addition, you can also really punish Greenlove for extending the city so far and having the caravan route be so long. It's hard to defend this entire area, and if you get a horse archer right in the middle, it can be a pain to defend.
Yeah, you could just camp out there and pick it off.
Alright, and it looks like we do see some aggression. Vuli is going for Despot, and Vuli's the French player, has already gotten Bill 2 in the first catapult. Let's take a look at how much defenses Serengeti will have. Currently also researching Despot. As a British player with diamonds, that seems like a good choice.
Yeah, I love that play, actually.
Yeah. The only problem here being is the military buildings for Serengeti are off in the corner, which means, Paris might be in danger, but on the other hand, like, the Serengeti's not able to reinforce as easily. And here we see a little skirmish happening here.
In the back here real quick, by the silver, look at this. You have Greenlove trying to put up a barracks, and you guys are just built the city there like you predicted to go back towards silver.
Oh wow, I'm at 1342 right now, and it looks like this is skirmish is going to work out for Vuli. Going to take care of a bunch of those troops. Loses I believe a light horse, but right now Regazor is here to snipe this siege. That's going to hurt, especially with the French player on a 100 economy. That's gonna hurt in the long term.
Yep, it is. French wagons are awesome because you get that healing in the early stages, and French despot is nice as well. Did he go despot? I didn't notice.
He did go despot, but the despot's just sitting there, and this is not something you want to do. You really want to bring this up. I've been impressed with Vuli's play so far, but the despot, it's not the best, and also this micro is a little suspect here. Let's take a look at what the Lakota player on the other side, Greenlove's up to. Greenlove's gone for a siege, has Civic 2, is building the second city over here to protect this mine, which makes a lot of sense, also controls this area. Let's see if Greenlove scouted some of these back rares.
Well, he just raided diamonds. He's raiding diamonds right now.
Oh yeah, this is an excellent raid. What I was talking about earlier, they really, really needed a tower here, but this is gonna hurt a lot. Diamonds is one of their better rares, and we'll have to see.
This is what I was mentioning about Riga. Maybe it should have went and did this type of raid. This is a beautiful kind of raid that can come from having Lakota.
Like, this is really, really hurting two horse archers. One of them gets away, kills 2 merchants, a couple citizens, and also drags the army out of place. And that's gonna hurt.
It is. And now you see Vuli trying to push on London. But it looks like Serengeti's gonna keep him off.
Yep. This is another awkward placement of another awkward engagement. There's not enough heavy cavalry from Vuli. You really want to take advantage of those French unique units. That's part of what makes French so strong. And you don't want to lose your catapults just like that, But it is. I guess it is working out somewhat. The trades seem to be going in Vuli's favor, and also gets the senator, which is really, really good. We're just gonna have to see what happens.
He just got good plunder for that. He needs to start spamming heavy cavalry. He could really take this right now.
Oh, and the city is taken by Greenlove, but it's taken back promptly by Regazor, who's able to just use some militia, drive the army off, slow down the Greenlove offense or attack. But look at that economy,
and look at this in the back. Greenlove is just continually raiding the caravan, raiding the mine, raiding that wood camp in the back.
Yeah, this is excellent play from Greenlove. This just harassing this spot over and over with all these citizens, also hurting Serengeti, which should help the ally Vuli on the other side. This is some nice teamwork, be it intentional or not.
Yeah, and I can see the British metal is just hurting right now. even though he's not rating it. I don't know why he's only only got 4 metal. And also, oh wow, yeah, Riga's metal is looking pretty rough too.
Yeah.
Plus 20.
Looks like Serengeti's brought some of the militia to drive Wooly off, which, you know, is an alright play, but you don't really want to do it long term. This catapult's gonna get sniped with those. Oh, what? The light horse.
Oh, he took out the supply wagon. Good move. He needs to take out that despot. He can take out this despot.
Yep. Oh, I see. Targeting the supply wagon. Yep. I'm at 1652. Looks like this fight is a mixed fight. You know, this time, Wooly's got some heavy cavalry, and it looks like Serengeti's going on the run. Just can't maintain against the French healing and fight. This is nice play. You know, continuing pumping out those chevaliers. Those are among the better units for this sort of rush, especially considering the French player, and also has a bunch of archers to deal with any possible heavy infantry. Let's take a look at quickly at the other side. Looks like there was a fight that Greenlove lost, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yep. That's what it looks like. Well, he just retreated. He lost his siege, but he still got a small army left. He can regroup pretty fast.
This is some really bad micro here on the side. These units are going to die for free when they could have been healed. And another fight here where Serengeti's going to try to snipe the catapult. And even though both of these players are despot, it definitely Serengeti has the advantage long term. That British economy plus diamonds, you know, really going to help out in the long term. And let's take a look at their knowledge.
But it looks like Greenlove's in a position to age here if he wants to.
Yeah, just click on that button very soon. Doesn't have much army, but you know, then again, Regazor's economy is away. What? Sorry.
Yeah, Wooly's still quite a ways away from aging. Serengeti's not too far away. He's getting his economy back up. And Riga's are also not too far away from aging.
Yeah.
So if Riga's and Serengeti can age quickly here, that could really discourage this French. Oh, and it looks like we got a rotation here. You see this?
Yeah, it looks like Regazor is gonna hit this side with is gonna hit Wooly, but is going back now because Greenlove is sieging, and Greenlove's also clicked up on the age button, and that's you know this failed rotation, spending time away from your city. Probably gonna lose the city now, honestly. You know, just compare the army sizes. But then again, the city's not reduced, so Regazor should be okay.
Fortunate for Regazor, he still just has age 1 troops. Greenlove does. So
yeah.
They're still easy to defend. He could defend with mostly militia, but as soon as age 3 comes and those all get upgraded to age 3 army, that's going to be very difficult to deal with.
Yep, definitely. And here, this is some sketchy army placement. You really want your army closer to your catapult because, you know, that does make a big difference in protecting your catapult at least. And it looks like Regazor has made it back in time. Let's take a look at the other side. Wooly's got 2 catapults and 2 decoys. And, you know, the micros... it looks like Wooly's micro's not the best, but Serengeti's not punishing. You know, the catapults being exposed like that is not the best. And also, this city is already reduced. You really want to start sieging those towers as soon as possible, especially considering the British the tower range. The British player does have less army. That is a big fact, but...
Well, it's Serengeti's aging, so he's going to get those free...
oh, yeah, and that is going to turn back this assault very quickly, because look at this army composition. There's Javelineers here, only 3 heavy cavalry, a bunch of light horses definitely, but also the Despot's low in health. You know, this looks like a really strong hold from Serengeti.
Yep, and it looks like they finally killed that ranged cavalry that was coming to the back here. He's trying to raid some more, and Serengeti finally picked them off.
Yep, there's still a ranged cavalry in the bottom right corner that Greenlove's currently not using.
Oh yeah, he's just hanging out. He's just, you know.
Yeah, he's just chilling, waiting for the next next chance.
Which is funny because he could go pick off that silk, but I think he just got forgotten about.
Yeah.
And I see a siege coming out here. I guess Regazor's going to try and siege these the stable that they found in the back. You can see that there's a stable hiding down in the back.
Yeah. And it looks like finally this horse is going to be put to use raiding that silk.
Yep.
And also it looks like Wooly is backing up because Wooly probably understands that, you know, you probably can't hold this for too long. This is one of those spots where actually I would highly recommend going for Commerce too. As a French despot player, at this point you're gonna very quickly very quickly gonna fall behind in army.
Yes.
You really want that tech. This is a nice chase. And so Wooly says, if you have food for age, send me. And Greenlove says, I have wood. Definitely a problem. This despot also needs to be more forward.
Yeah, and wood's not food, Wooly.
Yeah.
Or Greenlove. He has
can't eat
doesn't
wood.
care about your wood.
Yep.
Yeah. He's not a deer, and he gave him wood anyways.
Yep.
Now that could backfire. I mean, you're just giving away wood like that. Plus, you're playing whatever the corruption. What's the corruption at age?
I don't know. It's like 40 something with this low commerce.
Yeah.
And it looks like
So,
Wooly has wisely made the choice to back off. Greenlove's got the larger army now, and the more upgraded army. It's definitely the fight's gonna go poorly unless Wooly has insane micro. And it's
it
gone
looks
for
like
commerce
Rika's
too.
gonna use a militia raid up at the top at Wool there, so he's still raiding. That's good.
Yep. Nice militia raid. And here we see a big engagement coming from Greenlove. Unfortunately, coming from a poor angle. You really want to go around the other way because you're just stuck in the river. Now all these pikemen are going to get sniped down soon by some of these archers.
Yeah. And that's the thing about these maps. Is this Amazon or?
I believe it's Old World.
Okay. Well, either way, when you have these rivers and trees like this and mountains, it's very difficult to navigate.
Yeah, it looks like Greenlove's not going to win this engagement, but we see here Wooly is making an excellent rotation. This is exactly what Greenlove needs, just like a bunch more units to just push the offensive.
Yep.
And like as I said earlier, you know, this city position is insanely hard for Serengeti to get there. Does Serengeti have any siege to press Greenlove's cities? Doesn't look like it. There's one catapult coming out, another one over here, but it's just going to take too long. And Greenlove really needs to, Wooly really needs to move, you know. Regazor already sees Greenlove's army, and now they're going in for a double. Regazor is going to get doubled and sandwiched. This tower is about to go down. The city is going to fall soon to 2 catapults and a trebuchet.
Yeah, it's too bad he didn't make that city large.
Yeah.
So it stalled it out. But, yeah, it's going down.
Yep.
What's the taunt? The city is going down.
Yeah. And this looks like a massacre, although really Wooly needs to bring this despot up. First of all, it's healing, right? Instant healing from the despot supply wagon style, and also all that precious plunder, getting a bunch of kills here. This is a really nice play though from Wooly rotating like this, and it's not like Serengeti can get through easily. You know, has to sneak by the knights one by one. It's going to be a tough choke point to hold, and all these archers, even though they can shoot, you know, at this point it's already a little late. Regazor's army is getting gutted here, even though Serengeti is here with a bunch of archers and knights. Probably going to make a good difference, but still not going to be enough.
Well, they'll be able to save the cap for now at least.
Yep.
But I don't know if they're going to be able to retake that city.
But this is quite the fight. I'm not sure who's going to come out on top. It looks like these archers from Serengeti really putting in their getting their money's worth.
Yeah. And you look at a big mistake from Wooly. He still has a lot of level 8-1. All of his hoplites, those are getting slaughtered right away.
Yeah, definitely. I do appreciate that Wooly has a lot of heavy cavalry. You know, that's part of the strengths of French. You know, those heavy cavalry are quite strong, and it looks like they are going to win this engagement. Regazor's economy, let's take a look, is probably on the weaker side now, and is, you know, now the capital is in danger, Makasi is in danger. Fortunately, the Senate is raised, and you know, has already gotten up in the back city, but the stable is still here from Greenlove way in the back, still raiding, still being annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be able to rotate back at least and survive a little bit. Hopefully, this looks like Serengeti's going to have to carry the mantle here for a little while to really turn this thing around, which British can do actually.
Yeah, definitely. And so here we see Greenlove in the chat says push he dead, which I happen to agree with. I think Wooly should actually stay here and just push their advantage. This woodcutter camp's incredibly exposed. The Lakota player is often on the back foot, and like right now, Serengeti's just sieging a barracks. You know, it's not gonna be that too effective. If Wooly ages up, builds a temple, builds a fort, makes a bunch more units and stays on that side, I could see them really just ending the game outright. Looks like Wooly has left some troops here. Split off half the army. I'm not so sure that's a great idea, but excellent snipe here. Gonna take out both these sieges.
Yeah,
really,
now we're
really
seeing
nice.
the age from Wooly. Wooly's aging now.
Yep, teching up now. That's good for Wooly. You know that.
And it looks like Serengeti's gonna go mill 3 here. What do you think about that?
Serengeti with mill 3. I think that is the right play. You know, even though the commerce he's also clipped up on commerce 2 here, which is definitely a good point. You know, the Lakota player is low on resources, so you have to pick up the pace, pick up the slack in resources. Also, as the British player, you really need to. Since you have the most army, you have to be the one that's fighting a lot, and so therefore armor is very important. But I don't see a castle from Serengeti, which is problematic. Also, it did not even use
because you get
furs.
the armor. But I will say the mill 3 is kind of like a mini Colossus at this point. It's going to be able to build a big enough army
That's
to
true.
at least carry the weight, at least defend a little bit to let Brigadier bounce back, and then hopefully they can push.
Here we see a skirmish, quite a large fight actually going down here. Looks like Wooly and Greenlove are gonna come out on top, but these knights are definitely, you know, we see Serengeti pouring in reinforcements. This is not the fight to take. What you want to do is you want to gather up your army and then fight, and also continue using your longbowmen to harass. But Greenlove and Wooly seem to be doing well on their side. Let's take a look at the other side. Wooly's gone for a nice little army raid with all these cavalry, gonna do quite a bit of damage. And it looks like actually Serengeti is held over here. And Greenlove and Wooly are pulling back. Definitely interesting turn of events. Not sure who came out on top, honestly, because now Wooly has harassed Serengeti's economy quite a bit. The economy is quite low compared to earlier, and is now sieging down the capital. And Serengeti's gonna need to make another rotation, which is definitely a problem. They should have taken back this city, though.
Here's another mistake from Wooly. He needs to get a supply wagon back quickly. It's such a big advantage to have that double healing from the despot and from the wagon. And,
definitely.
You know, because all Serengeti has to do is pick up that despot, which is not that hard to do with those British archers, and he's gonna start burning that army. So
here we see Wooly again. You know, slight micro mistakes, but also like macro mistakes. As the French despot player at this point, you really want to start getting a little bit more food and a little bit more timber, and as well as metal, and really everything. And it's definitely hard to balance the mix of economy as well as building troops, because you're the despot player. You can't lose the army advantage. Again, here this is nice. Picks off probably a knight. Gonna continue harassing. Serengeti's army is larger though, so it looks like Wooly's not going to be able to sustain this sort of assault on the...
Yeah, and he's got six archers out there. Those will be able to do a lot of damage.
And these capitals are just free bait, and Wooly is finally going back. Definitely a smart choice. Unfortunately, he's going to get caught in the river a little bit, and I'm not really sure what's going to happen now, you know? I wish Wooly would get that economy a little bit higher, because it's really hurting, unfortunately, the despot. On this side, let's take a look at Regazor versus Greenlove, the Lakota mirror. Looks like Greenlove is definitely ahead. Has gotten Commerce 2, and now it has gotten Science 2, whereas Regazor has only now clicked on Commerce 2. Has recovered somewhat, but still pales in comparison to the powerful Lakota economy of Greenlove. This is a really awkward fight on this side. Serengeti is just eating all of those catapults for lunch. Fortunately, Wooly has saved some of the army, but it's still, not great. Wooly really needs to get this economy a little bit higher, start checking up, get that mill 3, get a castle, get tactics, and spam more heavy cavalry, try and make a difference. Wooly does have 2 armies here, which is a nice play. I would like to see this army actually. I would like to see all of the army rotate back over, because it's hard for Serengeti to push on Wooly's side when if Serengeti pushes, then Regazor is dead to a double. You know, it's really hard to rotate back all the way around.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why Wooly came all the way back to Riam. because he takes him far out of position. All he's got to do is just stay out of range. He can heal even in Serengeti's territory. You know, he doesn't have to go all the way back.
Yeah, exactly. This is something that I see a lot of players don't do enough. It's being active with your army. You know, constantly poking, constantly seeing if your opponent's still there. Because if they're not there, you can take advantage of that. And if they're just sitting there and they haven't moved in a while, you can make a rotation and really make something happen on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and that's another advantage of French. You can just keep your presence in your opponent's territory, like even if you're not engaging, but just occasionally run a couple like cavalry and just let them know, hey, I'm sitting right here. And so if they come out to check it out and see your huge army sitting there just healing, it's going to keep them on their heels rather than retreating all the way back and, you know, letting your opponent kind of It looks like there's a rotation here. Serengeti and Wooly are now fighting at the western front. This river over here.
I'm seeing that. Looks like it's going to be a tough fight for Wooly. First of all, this Despot's quite low on health. Second, the army is not large enough. And third, Wooly has to go across water, so he's going to end up losing a couple units here and there. And that's going to hurt. That's definitely going to hurt a lot.
Yeah. You know, it looks like Serengeti's done a good job of defensively using the terrain to his advantage. And it is Amazon, by the way. I checked. You clicked on the little trophy under the mini-map.
Oh, yeah.
It's Amazon.
Okay, it is Amazon, yeah. I just thought it was, like, for some reason it felt very,
It does. I see what you mean.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
on 2v2 it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Here, this is some sketchy micro here, yes. Regazor finally uses the opportunity to snipe these sieges. These sieges are very out of place, and, Greenlove needs to move the army forward instead of just parking in the river. But we do see engagement here.
He's got a nice army now.
Yeah, we see an engagement here. Wooly's units really coming in handy against this mostly archer composition from Regazor. And that's going to hurt a little bit, but the sieges are going to come up, start sieging the city. Unfortunately for them, they've got... unfortunately for Greenlove and Wooly, Regazor's managed to put up 2 keeps, a castle, and a lookout, which is really going to help the defense of the city. And now let's compare the economies again. You know, it's honestly, I think Greenlove and Regazor are now close to even. Just compare the text, compare the economies. You know, it's very similar.
And look at Serengeti's up to something. He's pulling way west, way far west. You see that?
Yep, he's going for a long rotation. Gonna probably go for the capital, Paris. And it looks like
he's got some rough terrain to get through here. He's got a narrow corridor, and he's got to come around.
Yeah.
And he's gonna run into a castle if he's not fast.
Yep. Looks like Wooly is pop capped, which is probably a good sign for the Despot player. Unfortunately, doesn't have enough metal to tech up to military 3. And we see here some more battles going on here. I'm surprised Greenlove doesn't have more units, honestly. The units are gradually pouring in, but I wonder, you know, that
he might have took his foot off the gas a little bit, feeling confident, just started focusing on the Zico. The Zico was pretty solid instead of spamming more troops.
Yep. These 2 sieges right here are making a big difference, though, and it looks like Serengeti is on the back foot. Let's see how much. Only 53 eco. The Senator's way in the back. Looks like Serengeti's gonna have to make something happen with this push over here. Wooly's gone for Mill 3, and Serengeti, not sure. Serengeti's gonna eat a bunch of these citizens for free, which is nice.
Yep.
And the sieges are going to go after.
Is he going for the... Okay, he's gonna take out the castle first. That's gonna give time for... Oh, it looks like Wooly's army's already there, so we're gonna have here at Paris.
We're gonna see a big engagement here. This is one of the things that you really want to do. First of all, you want to make sure you get tactics. This, you know, sell some wood quickly or something and get tactics before the castle goes down. Second, you really want to make sure you raise the Senate early on, because, you know, this would be an easy fix for Wooly. Just put the Senate over in Riom, force. You know, it would be bad, but not the end of the world if Paris fell, while Greenlove is really sieging the other side, making something happen here. But
and also he should have got that Civ too, so he could get the religion upgrade. Get his,
Admittedly, I think Wooly's been short on food this entire time, and also captured the 3rd city early on from Regazor, so I think that's fine. But like, you gotta make some more caravans, and this fight is gonna be quite the fight. It's where we're gonna see what happens here. Currently, Wooly has 2 cross... Yeah, it looks like Serengeti has a larger army, and you know, this is gonna be a bit painful for Wooly, losing some of this army. But continuing to kite backwards because there's a lot of pikemen here, surprisingly. If Wooly's able to sneak the cavalry around the back and micro them there, then this fight I could see turning out really well. But fortunately, it looks like Wooly's just running right now, so it's not going to be too helpful. This tower is helping.
Dangerous for this heavy cavalry, so he's got to be careful with those heavy cavalry. He'll lose it in those pikes.
Yep, exactly. If Wooly could sneak some light, if Wooly could sneak some light cavalry around the back, that would be really, really helpful. You know.
He's trying.
It looks like Serengeti is kiting backwards again, and Wooly's Despot is out of position, which unfortunately is going to make a big difference to his army's defensiveness. Looks like all these pikemen are heavily damaged, but they're still going to slaughter these cavalry easily.
And it looks like Serengeti now has tactics, so he's going to have the advantage.
Well, I think Wooly and Serengeti both have tactics. Wooly was able to research tactics before he was going down. This is looking really tough, you know. There just aren't. I see some militia being pulled. There just aren't enough crossbowmen here to really make a difference. And Serengeti takes the city and gets the capsack. This is a really, really big deal. Serengeti also has science 3 and is going for the age. You know, this looks like quite the scary push. Here we see somehow Greenlove has fallen behind yet again, despite the continuous pushes in the support Wooly's given him. And the city's taken back by a bunch of militia, but like compare the economies. Greenlove asks
Regan did a great
help.
job holding it. Great job holding it. Great job.
Fortunately for Wooly, if the Despots push a little bit further forward, you know, this army can be cleaned up actually quite quickly. All of these pikemen are quite weak, and there's a lot of cavalry here from Greenlove. It could be an opportunity to make something happen. But unfortunately, Serengeti's just really, really far ahead in tech, you know. With all those resources, has 12 scholars, putting down a bunch of wonders. Looks like they are in big trouble, big trouble.
And Serengeti's just out microing as well. You see this. His army's not huge, but he's still picking off, and he's doing a lot of damage in the back here.
Yeah, exactly. And a bunch of these cavalry are just sitting there, not doing anything. You know, it's like, come on, like, yeah.
And the despot's nowhere to be found. The French despot, I have no idea where.
Yeah, it looks like it was killed in battle.
Oh, okay.
And that economy, right? Like, Wooly is just really set back by that, and Serengeti, even though Serengeti lost a good amount of troops, are also traded against his opponent, and now, you know, it's looking really, really tough for Wooly to sustain another battle, even if getting great trades. On this side,
yeah, especially Serengeti's also getting the Colossus and the Terracotta army. Armies are huge, fast. Yeah.
And it looks like Greenlove is also going for rotation, trying to help out, but unfortunately, it's just like at this point, I'm not even certain. I'm pretty sure Serengeti can defend both of them by himself. You know, just spam archers and stuff. Again, another really excellent army raid from Serengeti, gonna take out a bunch of these miners. That's gonna put more hurt into Wooly's already weakened despot economy.
And he's probably gonna have to force Greenlove to rotate back and help at Paris. And that's going to give Regazer a chance to take the city.
Yep, and here we see Regazor going to take back the city that was taken in the first place from Wooly's earlier excellent rotation. Unfortunately, Greenlove's just out of position, didn't accomplish anything with that rotation, is now probably going to lose this city before being able to head back. Here we see Wooly probably going to be able to clean up this army raid, which is nice. Looks like
yes, a lot of horses though.
Yeah. Come on, you can grab all of those troops. You can grab this pikeman at least. Those things are quite slow. Looks like Serengeti getting kind of close to aging. Only needs 100 more knowledge, 200 more food. Surprisingly, the economy is not the greatest, but I imagine that the reason why the economy is not the greatest is because, you know, putting down some granaries, lumber mills, building those dual wonders.
Yeah, but I like that he's going for the jugular kill here because once he ages, and he's just got an infinite amount of infantry with the Colossus and the Terracotta, that's going to really demoralize the opponent.
Yep, definitely.
Because how are they looking at aging on the other side? I don't think they're going to age anytime soon.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Greenlove could. Greenlove can. but Wooly cannot.
Yep. Yeah, Greenlove just needs a bunch more food. This is one of the reasons why, you know, these elite javelineers and light cavalry army compositions in medieval age are just not that great. You really need the food to get, you really need the food to make sure something's happening. Make sure you have enough food to age and get a bunch of your techs. You know, it's not the best. And it looks like Greenlove has gone for Science 4. How do you feel about this decision?
That's a huge blunder. Huge blunder. You just need to age here quickly and go for the kill.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
That's almost like an arrogance play. Like they think they got this one, and they're not. They're in a bad spot right now.
They're definitely way ahead. I think they're way behind because even though Wooly now has a large army, you know, Serengeti is nearly almost aged and now is going to produce these excellent arquebusiers out of the terracotta army. Doesn't have that large an army surprisingly yet, but you know.
But he'll be able to get there quick, and then when the monarch comes, he's going to be nasty.
Oh, poor micro from Wooly's part. Loses a catapult to a fort. Unfortunate.
And this is also a big mistake not upgrading these trebuchets. You need trebuchets at this late in the game, at minimum.
Yeah, that's true.
Because these catapults just aren't strong enough, and they don't have the range. It'll take forever to siege, you know.
And it looks like Wooly was listening to you because just finished upgrading. But again, this is a mistake I've seen again. Like the army is just sitting back. You need the army forward, slightly out of range of the catapult. The despot's not up there. The wagon's not up there. These siege are burning a little bit. For no reason. And it looks like it looks like Serengeti's going for another push on the capital, which I think is probably the right choice. You know, it's going to take a while for that castle to go down. It's going to take a while for these keeps to go down. And this city of Paris by Wooly is completely unprotected aside from a tiny, tiny keep. And it looks like
one thing Serengeti needs to do is get that fortification. This is another mistake a lot of players make is they get the tactics, but they forget about the fortification. And let me tell you, the fortification gives you a huge advantage for your defense. It's just going to make it that much longer for him to siege down the castle and give you more time to do what he's doing at the top there. But it looks like it doesn't matter anyways, because he's right in Paris again.
Yep, and Paris looks like it's going to go down before London does. And it looks like Wooly is splitting off a good amount of army, doesn't leave the supply wagon there, which is probably a mistake. Leaves some army back in the base and is going to Paris, but it's going to be too late. Paris is going to fall, unfortunately.
Yes. And Greenlove's going to have to rotate back and save him.
Yep.
But
here we see...
Regazor's going to be in a position to age here real soon as well. And...
it looks like Regazor actually won a fight, you know, just pushing with the full army, just attacking. Greenlove's doing a good job kiting backwards. You know, definitely trapping some of these javelineers, doing good play. And also, Regazor's army is burning, and Greenlove's now aged, which is really good. That's what they need to stay in this game. But I'm worried it's going to be a little too late.
Yeah, because Regazor's going to age soon. He's got Gardens, Serengeti's got Colossus, and they're going to be able to both age 5 pretty fast. And they have Silver. Silver and Sugar, matter of fact. So they're not using Sugar right now, but once they relax, get to Silver and Sugar, they could just... but I don't even think it's going to get to age 5. I think we're going to see a GG's coming out here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Unless Greenlove can pull out a stunt here.
Yeah, unless Greenlove can completely destroy Serengeti's army, but even then, like, Serengeti still has a decent economy. That metal income is really bad, but aside from that, Serengeti still has a really decent economy, has a lot of defenses. It's going to take Wooly a while to recover, and Regazor is also aging, so
that's going to be tough. I mean, Wooly has a huge army, so if they double here, they might be able to take out this British army.
Yeah.
So we'll see here.
So at this point, one thing I would recommend to Wooly is you're not going to win the game in a long game because you're the despot French player. You have one city, your economy is completely destroyed. You actually should make a couple more sieges because the way you win this game is you knock Serengeti out of the game while Greenlove tries to defend with like fortification and stuff on the other side. That's the way you win because Serengeti is just really way too far ahead, and now has gotten the monarch, and that's going to make a big difference. And there seems to be some questionable micro here. The senator is not far enough forward. Vuli doesn't have the despot here because it's dead, I think.
Yeah, I think it's sniped right away.
Yeah.
But it looks like Monarch got sniped also.
Yeah. Looks like this fight is gonna go all right for them. You know, Vuli lost a lot of units, as did Greenlove, but ultimately they drive away the.
Yeah, they saved this Paris for now.
Yeah.
But he needs to get this Senate raised immediately. He needs to go ahead and siege that thing down and get that city out of there.
Yep.
Get the Senate out of there.
Greenlove is doing a good job chasing down these. Vuli is doing a good job chasing down these units.
Yeah, and he's recovering. It looks like he's gonna be the H soon. So that's the one good thing he's done. He's kept his economy somewhat stable. I mean, that just hurt him. His gold and his food is hurting really bad right now.
Yeah, but you know, you can sell all this timber, which it looks like Vuli is doing, selling much of that, which I think is a good choice. But really also needs to make more army. Now we see this side, Regazor has taken back the city of Pezudazi and is now sieging.
Yeah, he's going on the offensive now. Looks like.
Yeah. Regazor is going for Civic 3 and
yet.
it's just
Oh,
not.
here they come. Cannons coming.
Just seems like not the right play. And here, this is some sketchy micro. Or sketchy teamwork. Why are the trebuchets here with very few army, and then they're going to get hunted down by these couple units from Serengeti, and Greenlove is not there to support? You know, that seems suspect. These sieges are going to get sniped. This army is going to get destroyed. One age difference really being a big deal. And again, you know, just going back to that city, Serengeti's nice play here, harassing continuously, forcing Greenlove and Vuli to stay on the defensive while Regazor takes the city of Oyube. And now they are in big trouble.
Yeah.
Not to say they weren't in trouble.
Again. Yeah. And it looks like Greenlove, that Science Force helped him boom up quite a bit. He just needs one more research to go to 5. But I think even if he gets stage 5, it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah. One of the reasons why you want to do Science 4 early is you want to get printing press, but Greenlove doesn't even have that. It only has 19 scholars. Ultimately, you know, it's going to be tough. Vuli says, I take it by myself, and that doesn't look super likely. You know, there's just not that much army from Vuli.
He's still H3 also. H3 army against a British H4 army with Monarch. It's good luck.
I mean, I would like to see another city or two placed down. You know, I think that would make a big difference in terms of army at least. And also stop making Javelineers. Javelineers are a really bad unit.
Yeah, unless you're just gonna age and turn them all into Aquabus real quick.
Yeah. Here we see a big fight. Looks like Greenlove's gonna win this engagement because the army composition of Regazor is mostly elite pikemen, which are slaughtered against arquebusiers, obviously.
Yep.
But Vuli only has a minute left to take back the city, so hopefully he does something quick about it. This army is sizable, but you know, Serengeti does have a lot of units. Has a secondary army over here, and is still pumping out some reinforcements.
And even though he doesn't have Monarch there, the general's gonna have enough defensive bonus to help force this. Because again, it's an H3 army.
Yep.
Oh, here comes the Monarch now.
And the Monarch's on the way to support.
Yep. And now, Greenlove, it looks like Greenlove might start to rotate.
This seems some suspect micro. You know, you don't want to run away against knights that your pikemen are fighting. But unfortunately, it looks like Vuli's just doesn't have the army to take it. And Greenlove's gonna try to rotate. Only 40 seconds left on the clock before Vuli dies. But even if Vuli doesn't literally die in this engagement, you know, it's still gonna be too little, too late.
Yeah. It looks like he's trying to siege down his Senate now, which he should have did that about
20 minutes ago.
Yeah. So it's too little, too late, I think.
Yep. Now Vuli's pulling all the militia, but it's not gonna make a difference.
There's no way, yeah.
There's just way too many troops from Serengeti. That Terracotta army helping out a lot.
Yep.
And the Monarch and stuff. Oh, but he loses the city somehow because of these militia that were in place and being and Serengeti
Wow.
being out of place.
Wow.
But this
And,
timer is still going. Recaptures it. 30
And
seconds
the
left.
timer reset. The timer reset. He bought himself about 20 seconds there.
Yeah, and Greenlove really needs to get the troops in there, over there. Only 20 seconds left.
And
It's gonna be really close, and the city is lost.
Oh. Wow.
On the other
What a
side
rotation.
here, we see Regazor has been able to slowly pick away at.
He's snowballing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Minnesota's not upgraded yet. He's gonna have to get that thing large with some towers or lose capital, because that's gonna fall real fast if Riga finds it.
Yeah, exactly. Fortunately for him, currently all these units are suffering a lot of attrition damage, and they're just completely ignoring the castle right now, aside from this one.
Yeah, it looks like he's just following that caravan. He wants to get to that small city, and now wisely, it looks like Greenlove's gonna start putting some buildings up. To,
Yep, put down
get that
temple,
thing
barracks, stable. Yeah, good choices.
Yeah. And start fortifying that, and probably just move it too. Just move it back somewhere.
Greenlove says change cap to Vuli. Should have done that a while ago, but
And it still hasn't raised.
Yep,
So we need
only
100 more.
starting to raise now. Doesn't have any
Well,
sieges. Look at that
Yeah,
economy.
one siege will take that down with 2 hits, but man, yeah, that's a bad spot. And Wooley's still he's got to age here, and he doesn't even have a library, so he's in no position to age at all.
Yeah, has plenty of knowledge for aging, but just not enough food. All of these citizens repairing, which is not good.
And
Yeah.
Greenlove could go age 5 here pretty soon. So in this situation, if he can age 5, maybe he could do something, but it's going to be tough without Wooly really being able to help.
Yeah, exactly.
And if he had Colossus, maybe, but the fact that he's going to hit pop limit too, that's going to hurt him.
Yep.
I mean, he's still nowhere near pop limit, but if he wanted to get a big army, enough to fight
Here we
two
see
big
another
armies.
fight between Serengeti and Vuli, and it just comes just when Greenlove's about to leave. But the Senate is raised, and Greenlove's still running backwards. I'm not sure. I feel like he should go back to Paris and try and take out some of his army.
Well, I think he's going to get the Senate over to Vendome, it looks like.
Yeah, but all these citizens, some army left over. This is not looking like the best fight. Even Regazor has some units helping out here.
Yep. And Serengeti should be able to take Paris back pretty much uncontested, because they're going to shift their focus to the center of the map. Plenty of wood there. There's a mountain there. He can make that a large city, and that can be the new front. And he can go back up and hopefully age, for heaven's sake. I mean, we're already at almost close to 49 minutes here, 48 and a half minutes, and he's nowhere near age 4. That's a big problem.
Yeah, it is. And still no food. Really needs to work on the economy.
And no library. You don't even have a library.
Yeah.
Even if you wanted
Well,
age
I
4.
mean, you don't need a library if you have 90 food income and not, nothing to tech to.
Yeah, that's true.
Looks like despite the losses Greenlove has taken, is still able to beat off this army of Regazor. Regazor has some unupgraded light horses, too many pikemen, just not the right army composition. Ultimately, despite taking heavy losses every single time, Greenlove's able to take back the city of Olyupe.
And you're seeing Greenlove went with the president. And I like that choice in this situation, because he can defend and he's going to heal in these neutral cities. Even though the monarch is stronger overall for engagements, in this situation the president is helping Greenlove a lot to survive here.
Yep, definitely. It's also the production speed increase. That's a big deal.
Yeah, and the cheaper research on non-library rivers, I think it is.
Yeah, non-library rivers. Yep.
Yeah. He's
Looks
still
Greenlove's
nowhere
gotten
near
a
aging,
bunch of
but-
cities. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I was checking Greenlove's library. He's got he just needs the knowledge and food. He can go age 5. It's still quite a ways away, because they don't
Yeah,
have silver.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, that $1,800 is quite a bit at this stage in the game.
Yeah, probably
He's
needs
only
at least
produced
5 more minutes based on my calculations.
Yeah, that's probably right. Unless somehow he sneaks silver, but that's very unlikely.
Yeah, yeah.
Far away.
Greenlove is doing a
like,
good job continuing to produce troops, and Woolie's kind of recovered, but it's looking like Greenlove's going to need to make another rotation. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look at the scores, Serengeti is just double Woolie right now.
Yeah.
So
You know, this is really showing the effects of the. This is really showing the effects of the despot in a long game. You know, Wooly's really tried hard and has taken a lot of great fights and made a lot of great moves, but ultimately it's just not enough compared to like just having a senator income. You know, even though the despot may have helped early on, the game.
Yeah.
You know, the game ended
Yeah, and
up
even
in a
though
way
it was despot versus despot, but you have British despot with diamonds, which might as well be a senator at that point.
Yeah.
Without the heal. Yeah. And it looks like Greenlove's gonna get here in time to help push off Serengeti's army. But and finally a library now from Wooly. He's got almost enough food. If he sells some silver, maybe he can age.
Yeah.
I mean some metal.
Yeah, I mean the economy is still not there, unfortunately. Only 26.
No, but at least he can
wealth.
age. You know, even just a handful of Aqua Crusaders can help fight off some of those British archers. Just
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
And the
get-
heavy
get-
cavalry
get-
microed correctly can really do a number.
exactly. You know, there's so many more benefits to get to that next stage.
Looks like Regazor is also rotating over to the left, finally gonna try and help out Serengeti. Yeah, really interesting. Really interesting game. I'm surprised that Wooly and Greenlove have held on for so long despite Wooly's what do you call it? Lack of economy. And now Greenlove's given him a little bit of food, and Wooly has finally clicked up to age.
Yep, finally.
Age 4.
And honestly, I mean, if they were better coordinated, if we were stuff better micro out of Wooly especially, they could have just snowballed Regazor early on. Because Serengeti was kind of out of position and booming a little bit.
Yeah,
So they
exactly.
could have really done something. So good job to Regazor for kind of holding off there and
Yeah.
not panicking. And it's tough to do in those, especially in the early, and you see a French despot coming around. It's very easy for a lot of players to kind of panic and just want to just kind of throw in the towel. But as you can see, staying the course here, it's paying off.
Yep, definitely. Well, really, this is looking really tough. Still need probably like at least 2 minutes for Greenlove to age. Let's take a look at how Serengeti's library is doing. Also, not too far, especially with silver and sugar. So,
Yeah, he'll probably age sooner.
yeah, even if Greenlove ages, you know, it's still not the best. You're up against a Colossus opponent who has Terracotta Army, Colossus,
Yeah,
and
if
is
you look
now
at
putting
if
pyramids.
you look at Serengeti's population, I mean it's at almost 140, 141. I mean that's a huge population.
Yeah. Compared to Wooly, who's nearly 100 units short, only 45 population.
Yeah. Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah.
But Greenlove's got a pretty big army here, even though there's probably about 12 decoys in that army, but it's still sizable, even with the decoys.
Yeah, this is a large army. It's definitely good. It's you know, it's really be. This is another example of being active with your army. I really wish Greenlove would just be active with his army, push this side a little bit, see this smaller army from Regazor and maybe take it out and also take out these sieges because currently Serengeti and Regazor are kind of leaving their sieges exposed like this.
Oh, and look at this in the southeast corner here. If you notice, Rigas was getting a fort up just in time. It looked like Greenlove was going to try and pull a sneak attack on Riga's cap, or at least on one of Riga's cities. But that fort saved
A nice move, but unfortunately this fort's going to go up and it's going to delay the time a lot. Although these sieges are going to be able to take out the fort, which is nice. But Regazor has plenty of time to...
fortification researched.
Yeah.
So. But it looks like Regazor's not too far away from aging either, because he's got Hanging Gardens and they have silver. They're still not using sugar. They just forgot about it.
Yep.
Or no, Serengeti's using sugar. Regazor's not.
Huh. not sure what Vuli is currently doing. You know, when you're in these situations where you're really, really low on economy, you just play the basics, right? Build citizens, build farms, get woodcutter camps. You know, get that.
Yeah,
get that
basically
food
start as if the game just start over. Just start as if you just started the game again. Start getting farms out, getting woodcutter, all the basic stuff.
And one of the great things about Ron is, like, even if you're at this sort of situation, you have a big advantage because Ron has something called ramping costs. So, for example, for Vuli's heavy cavalry, it only costs like 50 or 60 welded metal. Whereas let's compare Serengeti's heavy cavalry. You know, because he has so many troops, it's going to cost nearly double the cost. So even though Vuli is way behind on economy, he can still probably afford some troops, especially if, you know, it improves the economy a little bit.
Yeah, and especially if you can get to age 4. Now it looks like Greenlove and Serengeti are going to go Enlightenment here.
Yep.
So that's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
And,
this is...
and Greenlove's just doing some work down here. Greenlove's trying to push in the south. If you look in the southeast here, I'm not sure
I see that. He's really trying to push, trying really hard to make something happen. But fortunately, it's still going to be too little, too late. Like, this is another example. They might get sandwiched here by both Regazor and Serengeti. Serengeti seems a little slow in the uptake, but Greenlove's units are a little out of position. They need to take this fight, crush Regazor's army, and then go back and maybe hold on against Serengeti.
Well, it looks like Regazor can age here. If Regazor can age here, and that's going to be pretty much a wrap. That happens.
Just fighting 2 against 1, and I mean, even look at like how many resources they have floating compared to Vuli. Unfortunately, only has a little bit.
And look at Serengeti's gold.
Wow, 375 income and over 2,500 floating. Wow.
Yeah.
And it looks like this game is over. Serengeti can probably 2v1 them at this point because of the cavalry advantage.
100% can. Yeah. He's at 164 population. Here comes the Highlanders, and let me tell you guys, if you don't know about British Highlanders, you better do your homework because they are just one of the best light infantry in the game. They're just absolutely devastating.
Yep.
And he's got a terracotta army. All those archers are going to become Highlanders as well, and it's just going to be a wrap.
Yeah, it looks like this game is very, very much over. Surprisingly long, 50 minutes. To answer your question, Jatin, Serengeti has Colossus in the back here. And it's really paid off in the long term. That capsack early
24 on, Highlanders you've got. 24.
Yikes.
That's a rough
particularly effective against all forms of enemy infantry, and it looks like this game is very much over. I do appreciate Greenlove and Vuli trying to fight it out, but it's looking like it's going to be really tough. Really, really, really tough.
Yep. And here comes the GGs.
Yep. And Vuli is apologizing, but I mean, it's I think it was a combination, right? Like the choice to go Despot early from Vuli may have worked out well if the micro had been just a little bit better, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out and they got settled into a long game. And GG is called, and now that was quite the game won. What do you think about that game won?
Like I said, I mean, it really could have been over in the first probably 15, 20 minutes had there been some better micro and some more aggression from Greenlove and Vuli, but some small blunders. Regazer didn't panic. He was able to kind of hold the line the best he could to let Serengeti boom.
Yep.
And British with diamonds is just tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Even with Despot, they can, like I said, they can boom the same pretty much as if they're not Despot. If they go
and Serengeti says in the chat to the opponents, well played, you guys, which I do agree. I think Greenlove and Vuli both made some excellent plays. Vuli, made that rotation early on, helped Greenlove capture the picture of Pazuda Z, and then continued to help provide pressure against the opposing Lakota player. Whereas Greenlove, this aggressive city in the front of Oyupe, I think it really paid off. It gave them a chance in the game, gave them a lot of map control and rares, but ultimately it was just not enough.
Yeah, and if you look at the kills, Serengeti, of course, had the most, but all did work. I mean, there wasn't one player. I mean, I'm surprised that Vuli's got as many kills as he has. He's actually got more than Regazer.
Yeah.
So good job. So
I think this was quite an even game. That was quite exciting. You know, it did feel like Serengeti really got the advantage once he took the capital of Voli that very first time, got the capital sack, and then also was able to put down a couple of those wonders.
Yeah, when you get that sack, it's just such a huge advantage. And if you look at the ruin bonuses on par, you know, both Lakota players doing their job. 400 for Brigades or 450 for Greenlove. But this is it's a pretty high level of scouting here from both teams.
Yeah, definitely. Very impressed with actually all of the players. I thought they all had their blunders, you know, all had their mistakes, micro mistakes, communication mistakes. But you know, I'm very impressed. I felt like Voli and Greenlove both made excellent moves, and Regazor really held up against the double assault, was able to recover, and you know, Serengeti was able to take control of the game against a Despot French opponent, despite facing a lot of pressure early on.
Absolutely. So are we ready for game 2 here? Or are you gonna
let's go straight into game 2. I might have to run like a little bit, like maybe 4:30ish. So it's good to let's start up immediately. I'd rather, you know, try to get through as much as we can.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
All right, and I'm gonna update the scoreboard really quickly.
Okay.
Which is, where is it? No, wait, this is not it. Where is it? All right, so that means all right, hold on 1 second. All right, give me a moment. I'm just gonna deal with something really quick. Okay. All right, it looks like Clanhater Appreciation Society is up 1-0 against Squatter Water. I'm really interested to see what happens in game number 2. All right, this is Clanhater Appreciation Society against Squatter Water. This is you know, this cast is coming to you from AS Eat the Pair and olddirtyh.
Yo.
We're really excited to bring you this game. Game number 1 was quite the spectacle, 55-minute match with 2 players Despot, 2v2. And let's see what game number 2 is going to look like.
All right, I'm ready when you are. I'm at 1 second.
All right. Okay, I'm at 0 seconds. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
And we're off.
So, it looks like it's the same players. I'd like to take a quick glance at the nations. I'm going to go to score. Okay, so Serengeti's got Greeks, Regazor's got Romans, and Greenlove's got Nubians, and Voli's got Aztecs. How do you feel about these picks? And let me just check the map really quickly.
It's Outback.
Outback, yep. What do you think? What do you think about these picks?
For Outback, because you have the water in play, that really helps Greeks a lot to get those scholars in there. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a really good pick for this map. Obviously, they have no idea what the maps are, which is just random. So
yeah,
that was a fortunate draw for that nation.
Yep.
I think that's Greeks on any water map is just a huge advantage because you can really pump out those scholars and age just so fast.
Yeah.
Especially if you get a couple of library rares. So I'd probably give the edge to the Greeks, Romans. What are your thoughts?
Really? So for me, I actually give the edge to the Nubians Aztecs side. I think Aztecs are especially strong on water maps because, you know, all that water raiding possibility really opens up a lot of space to get plunder. Also, I think Outback is one of the best maps for the Commerce 2 Despot build, which I think Aztecs excel at. And then Nubians is definitely good all around. Not as great on this map, but I think the strength of the Aztecs player here really sells it for me. And, you know, Nubians are no slouch either. Greeks are definitely very good in Outback, you know, having all that wealth to pump out scholars early. And Romans are also very excellent. Games on Outback sometimes go a little longer than usual, and Romans can be really good later on, as well as early on with their legions unit, definitely slaughtering other nations' heavy cavalry.
Oh yeah.
Let's take a look at where the players are located. Regazor had to walk a little bit, so it's getting up the city a little later. But looks like the Romans player and the Greeks player are pretty close to each other, although, big problem, neither of them have access to water.
No water.
No water. Big deal, big deal.
Yeah, that's a big. It's just kind of a luck of the draw because you can see if I don't know can you show the map?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All visible, so the viewers can see. If you see where the Nubian player put, where Greenlove put, he just got that fortunate break in the map. If you flip this around the other way, they would have the same situation. So sometimes just the shape of Outback, you just get that lucky position to where you can hit the water,
definitely.
and unfortunately, they're just. It looks like Serengeti just barely missed the coast there, just because.
And this is a really big deal. First of all, you lose out on valuable scholar time for Serengeti for Greeks, and being forced to go civic early in this map and built maybe to the side is just not ideal. You really want a civic forward to grab mountains and territory in this map, and it's it's definitely a tough aspect for them to overcome here. It does really make a world of difference.
Well, I think if Serengeti just civs, or if he could find gems, do they have gems anywhere?
I don't know.
Then there might be enough to get 2 docks in right there. Maybe just by sieving, you wouldn't necessarily have to sieve that direction.
Yeah.
Because you get the border increase. So we'll see. But that's good. You're right. I agree with you. That could change the game big time if they can't. Because typically in Outback, you want to sieve towards your opponents to take away those mountains.
Yep.
So if you don't get that advantage, that could be a game changer.
Yep. Outback, as many players know, many players really appreciate Outback because Outback is, what a really interesting mix of aggression and defensive play. It has a lot of the right balance. It's a C map, so a lot of people like that. It's definitely really interesting. I'm excited to see what comes out of this game because, that last game was quite exciting, and maybe this game will be even better. Let's take a look at the ruins really quickly because it's 3:45. Looks like everybody's gotten roughly even, except for poor Serengeti, who only has a single ruin. That's going to slow Serengeti down a lot.
Well, fortunately, he's Greek, so the cheaper research will help kind of balance out a little bit. So, but the ability not to get to the water right away, which I think they're going to realize very soon, that he's going to have to sieve, that is going to slow him down.
But for whatever reason, Serengeti's actually not too far behind. Has already put down the library, has plenty of income. Props to Serengeti for really making the best of some poor luck. Just not quite getting the water situations the way they wanted, or the ruins, but making something happen.
Yeah, and I play with him quite a bit, and I will say in certain situations he is a lazy scouter. So I know that he'll just, sometimes just work with what he has. So because he's had a lot of experience doing that, not necessarily have to rely on ruins. He's pretty good at balancing without it. So I'm calling you out, Serengeti. You're a lazy scouter.
Looks like Vuli has gone for Civic first. This is a strategy that a lot of players who are a bit more advanced actually do, and it does work out well. It's better in 1v1, but if you have the food, it can be faster to actually Civic first, and just make sure your city doesn't get denied. 2, that your city goes up safely, and grab the territory early before your opponents can grab it.
And here's where some of the scouting's biting him in his ass, because if he would have scouted the middle there by that big mountain, you would see Dai is chilling right there, and he would have been able to put a city right there, contest that big mountain and contest Dai, which Dai is a great rare for Greeks, especially not only for the gold and knowledge, but it's a library rare, so you get the cheaper civ.
Yep.
So that's what you get for not scouting.
Yeah.
No dock for you.
Yep. Looks like we see a dock coming out for Greenlove. Excellent choice. You really want to get fish going up as soon as possible on this map. I'm interested. So Greenlove has gone for commerce first, which it's a mixed bag. On one hand, you can save food and try and get civic first to try and get water and grab territory, but otherwise, it's definitely a acceptable choice. Regazor has also towered this woodcutter camp really early, which I think is probably a good choice against it. Regazor knows that they have an Aztecs player and is up against the Aztecs player, so it's good to tower nice and early. Make sure you don't take critical early damage.
Yeah, this is a great play. And look at Serengeti hacked it. He was able to get that dock down without even going Civ.
Yep, Serengeti does have gems, and that. Oh no, Serengeti did go Civ.
No, I'm saying he got that dock went down before he even cived. If you
Oh, okay.
back, and
Cool,
maybe
cool.
you missed it, but it was one of those situations where it's the border's barely, it's not even
Yeah.
close to the water, but it's still enough to where you can cheat and get the dock down. So he got lucky.
Yeah, I get you. And
But,
interesting enough, none of the players are cieving particularly forward. Here we see Greenlove getting punished a little bit for possibly being greedy. You know, wants to use dye to get a cheaper civic, but ultimately that's going to result in a slower civic, and Serengeti's going to be able to grab dye.
Yeah, so here he is. I was just talking all that smack, and he fortunately is gonna probably get die anyways. So I guess don't scout, guys. The cool kids don't scout anymore.
Yep.
And they don't know about Pappy either. See, again, there's Pappy just chilling right here by Rome, easily protected. And, it looks like
Yeah. They're going to be fortunate with the city placement. Yeah. Let's take a look at the rares actually, because we haven't quite done that. So on the for Serengeti and Regazor, they've got copper in the back. They've got marble, obsidian. They have dye pretty much. It's going to be contested. There's gems, which is pretty safe. Sugar, bison, Pappy. And on the other side, for Vuli and Greenlove,
they have copper also. Copper's good for water raids. So
yeah, copper is good for water raids. They've got spice, furs, silk. Silk is excellent on this map. Horses, wine. I actually, and then dye and
wine.
cotton over here on the side. I actually think that rares are fairly balanced this time as opposed to last time where Serengeti and Regazor definitely had the better rares.
Yeah,
How do you
I think
feel?
Pappy is pretty big, but Silk kind of balances that out. So
Yeah.
they can. This battle. It's going to be a battle over die. It's going to be one of those situations. Just kind of use it and then move it for both sides. They're going to just try and, but it's probably going to get towered on both sides, so
Yeah.
that die might not even get used, other than
That very first
what's
time.
been used currently. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be the first and last time for a while that die's going to be used.
And so Greenlove asks in the chat, says to Vuli, Com 2, and Vuli's like, okay, it looks like this is a really, really strong build. They have Silk, they have Aztecs and Nubians, both nations excellent for their Com 2 Despot builds. And they also have a bunch of great aggressive rares. They have horses, they have wine, they have furs in the corner. You know, this is pretty much what you can, the most you can ask for when on this map with Com 2 Despot. You know, maybe diamonds or something or salt, but these are really good rares for the build they're going for, or that they could be going for.
It looks like we got racks coming up on both sides at this middle here by die, so we're going to see some jockeying for this position here in the middle.
Yep.
And a raid coming from the back here. If you see this, there's a Aztec racks up coming into Cremona.
Yep.
I
And
don't see where the
Adel
light
gonna
is.
come in, maybe snipe this Pappy merchant.
Yeah.
And on the other side,
And
we
he does-
see that Greenlove has already gotten Commerce 2 nice and early. This is a good choice. Definitely really going to help him out a lot in the long run. Looks like Vuli's a little bit far off because he made those units earlier, but
Yeah, and he just built 2 light ships as well. He's got 2 barks to go raiding, so that's good.
Yeah,
he's
nice.
not using whales, and that's another mistake people make, especially whales give you a 20% sailing advantage. So guys, I know it's metal, and you think in your mind, oh, why would I don't give up gold for metal? If you're water raiding, you got to use the whales.
Yep.
So just shift them one fisher over there and get the whales in there just to give that extra speed.
Yep. Definitely a big play. And here we see, this is some poor micro from Serengeti. They're going to lose both these units, give Aztecs player that sweet, sweet, sweet plunder. And
Yep.
the Aztecs player is ready to go Commerce 2, which is really going to be great. This build looks really, really powerful. Has a bunch of timber floating for fishermen, which should make it soon. And it looks
And
like
it's another tip, guys. If you see Aztecs raiding your merchants, just raise them. Don't give them that plunder.
Yeah.
It's just
There
a
is-
loss in
There is, I believe, some sort of I'm not sure if it's a bug or it's intentional. How it works is if your unit is being attacked by an Aztec unit and you delete it, it's still gonna give plunder.
Oh yeah, that's right. Delete it before you get attacked. That's
Delete it before you get it. If you see the unit coming, just
you're
delete it.
absolutely
If you're
right.
sure you can't
If
save
you raise
it.
it while you're getting attacked, you give them. That's 100% correct. But ironically, I've noticed Aztec fire ships don't give you plunder if you kill with the fire raft. So use the fire raft to lower the ship, and then kill it with one of your other ships with arrows, then you get the plunder. So,
Oh, wow, okay. That's an interesting, that's something I didn't know. And here we see a
Yeah, I
tower
just
coming up
realized
from
that the other day.
Serengeti, but it's going to get denied by this hoplite. How do you feel about... Oh, it's actually not. There's a lot of units here.
There's a bark raid coming in here. You see, it's one of Serengeti's fishermen.
Nice play from Vuli. Should have maybe a couple more barks, but that's totally fine. Also, I would definitely recommend Vuli. You need to get this economy a little bit higher. You went Com 2. It is a good play, but you gotta make a couple more citizens. Good job. And also make some more fishermen. Also good job. Here we see.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this gold from the Aztecs. So the Com 2 definitely was a smart move here.
Yeah, silk is one of the strongest rares you can have on this map. Especially, like silk is normally like it's good, but it's not amazing. But on this map, it is quite powerful.
Yeah. And now here we see the tower up from Serengeti, and as I had predicted, this is going to be a big battleground right here, the center of the map. I think this is going to be kind of where the focal point is, and you may even see a rotation from both teammates to just kind of fight this for this middle here, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Still good raids at the bottom.
Yep, this bark raid is good, and then there's a skirmish here. Nice micro from Vuli. I thought they were gonna lose the Adolado without doing anything, but managed to take out that bowman and kept this hoplite alive. Would like to take out these. This is a little painful seeing the hoplite walk by those merchants. Let's see what Vuli does. He's going back now. Maybe gonna go back? No, doesn't go back. It's a little painful. Those merchants are completely unguarded by gems.
Yep.
And so the Nubians player has gone for Science 2 before Aging. How do you feel about that play, given that they've already gone Comics 2?
It's Nubian, it's on water map. I think it's fine here. And as we saw last game, it seems like Greenlove's got an affinity for going that extra science before aging. So that may just be part of what he's found that works well for his build order. And I see Military is going to come now as well. And with Nubians, they're so fast because you're able to buy and sell at such a good price. All your resources. What is it? Plus 10, minus 10?
I think it's plus 20.
Whatever it is, it's still pretty good. And on a water map, he's already at 112 gold. So I think it's the right move for him, for his playstyle. I personally maybe not do that, be more aggressive.
Yep.
But from watching him last game, it seems to fit his style and his strategy.
Yeah. Let's compare wealth incomes, because that's one of the biggest things. So Vuli's got 81, Regazor's got 60, Greenlove's got 112, and Serengeti has got 66. It's a big difference in wealth incomes, and going to lose this merchant or micro again.
Well, I think it's because Vuli's raiding these with the bark. This bark raid is pretty much uncontested.
There's a heavy ship and a light ship, but they're not doing enough to make a difference. This double Com 2 build is really scary. We see Greenlove has gotten Mill 2 already, but hasn't quite put down a siege factory, whereas the Aztecs player is going for Despot, which I think, given the situation, and also putting out a siege factory, given the situation, this is a good play.
I really like Com 2 Aztec Despot because you get that just nasty plunder. You already get double plunder, and then with the Despot you get even more plunder, so it's just like everything you kill, everything that you take down, it just feeds your economy.
Yeah. Here's a minor thing that I think I disagree with. Greenlove is going for Civic 2. Honestly, it's not. It does not seem that effective. First of all, I mean, there's a mountain. If it's mountains, you have an extra mountain here. Second, that food could be used for aging faster if you pump out a couple more scholars, or you can make some hoplites. It feels like it's not the most effective use of food, especially considering there's fish in the ocean if you need more farms or wealth.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Let's take a look at what Regazor and the others are doing. Unfortunately, Regazor just seems far behind the opponents, comparatively.
Yeah. Well, I think those early raids bothered him, got him on his heels a little bit, spending a lot of time just kind of chasing rather than focusing on his economy. He doesn't even have a caravan out, so he needs to get that. Even though you're Rome, caravans are still very helpful, especially when your cities are pretty close. You can just get a lot of gold.
Yep.
So he's trying to do some counter raiding himself, it looks like, but it's going to get saved off pretty quickly.
Yeah. So this is actually a surprisingly passive, passive start so far. even the Aztecs player has gone for Despot, and yeah, we still don't see much aggression coming out quite yet. It looks like everybody is just working on their eco. You know, for Greenlove getting that plus 100, plus 200 eco, which is excellent. The Aztecs player obviously building up, had to raid early, so slowed himself down a little bit, but still quite good compared to. Let's just like compare the economies of Regazor and Vuli. You know, it's hard. You know, Vuli just has a better economy and has Despot, and also, you know, is the Aztecs player compared to the Romans player with not as many good bonuses in this situation.
Now you're seeing kind of a counter C raid here by Sergei in the top left. Took out one of the barks. Now he's just kind of sitting there. If I was him, I would just keep pushing. I would definitely use that copper, which he is.
Yep.
So that's good. And start doing some counter raiding. That'll get them kind of shift their focus back.
Yeah. Looks like Serengeti's gotten Commerce 2 and Science 2, so it's actually on par with Greenlove in terms of researches, but Greenlove does have better economy, more similar metal income, but a lot more wealth income and food and timber.
But yeah, Serengeti being Greeks, he's going to be able to age faster here. It looks like he's going to be able to age pretty quick. And that's what he's doing.
And here we see a nice push coming from Vuli. Looks like Regazor just doesn't have the army to hold off this attack. All those decoys, nice play here. We see Vuli finally having those units forward and getting a free light horse, free plunder. I would like to see some more scholars out of Vuli. All of that wealth currently floating. But other than that, you know, excellent play. Really hurting. Maybe some more water raids would also help. And Serengeti does age, and Greenlove has clicked on the age button. But Serengeti's probably going to need to go help out Regazor. You know, this is a big deal that this army is large. That
it is quite a bit of decoys though. So, and Riga proved last game he's a pretty damn good defender. So let's see if he can pull out the same magic he did last game.
Yeah, that's true.
Or if Vuli learned from his mistakes last game and can close the deal.
Yep.
He's going to start getting some nice plunder here, especially if he gets this cap sack. That's going to be beautiful for him. Let's see if Riga can hold it off.
Yeah, these catapults need to be a little bit more forward to hopefully siege this, but Vuli's probably going to get a lot of good plunder from this. All these citizens exposed, killing these light horses.
And then, of course, with every age, you get the increased plunder, so I think they're now at 45 plunder per unit kill.
And it does look like Serengeti's going to rotate over. This is a good choice, I think. Otherwise, like, Vuli would just kill Regazor under the sustained pressure. And now Vuli sees...
Yeah, it looks like Greenlove's telling him to retreat. So telling him to pull back.
Yeah, all these militia going to get killed. And Greenlove does tell Vuli to go back, which is a good choice here. Greenlove surprisingly doesn't have that much military happening here quite yet. He's currently teching up, getting that economy rolling, and Vuli does lose some cavalry. Some interesting kiting here happening, but ultimately should really just run back straight. Should just run back and let Greenlove take advantage of the forced rotation.
Yeah, and Vuli really needs to get that knowledge up. Plus 25 is way too low to be this late in the game.
Yep. Throws down another university, which is good, but still, like, you got to get more knowledge.
Yeah. And I understand he was going for kind of an all-in. If he was going to do the true all-in, he should have probably brought at least 5 or 6 militia with him as well, maybe more.
Yeah.
Try and just steal that sack and then get out.
Yep.
Because now he's just going to be really slow. Because the sack would have helped him.
Yeah, definitely. And we see Hanging Gardens coming up from Greenlove. This is a good choice. It looks like Vuli is winning that side, and the game's gonna go long probably because positioning. Here we see some poor micro from Greenlove. Unfortunately, these sieges are gonna get sniped.
Yep.
Really not what you want to do. Also, Greenlove's army is just not that big. He needs more metal income.
Yeah, and I would like to see more of these royal companions from Serengeti. These are, as you know, the Greek heavy cavalry is almost as fast as light cavalry, but with the power of a heavy cavalry, so they're just a huge advantage.
Yep.
Especially against those Nubian archers. Those Nubian archers are pretty nice as well. They have good range.
Yeah, definitely. Really
Yeah,
interesting
now we
game
got,
so far. I would like to see some more land raids coming from Vuli, but where is the army? Where did Vuli's army go?
He's just trying to come back to Rome, it looks like.
Oh yeah, for some reason I couldn't see, but this is still a good push. Constantly putting pressure, forcing Serengeti to go and try and support his ally. I like this. I think this is a good move. Probably needs another siege or two, unfortunately, but still.
Yeah, and Vuli's at pop limit right now, so that's hurting him. He needs to get that mill 3.
Has made a few more scholars. Is gonna pick up eventually, but I think this is still good. Vuli's playing well, causing a lot of damage. Now Serengeti's here, or not Serengeti. Greenlove's here to support, and looks like this is gonna be a cap sack if nothing else goes
Yeah,
down.
they need it. Yeah, well, hopefully Greenlove doesn't steal it from Vuli, because Vuli could really use a sack right here to catch him up.
Yeah. All the militia are pulled.
One tower's down.
Yeah. City's not even reduced yet, surprisingly. And now we see here Serengeti's going back to try and help. City's still not captured. But that even if Greenlove and Vuli lose this fight, it's still a victory for them because they're really destroying. They're really hurting Regazor right now, making him lose all those units. The food income is very low.
And if you look at his library, it's just way behind.
Yeah. So even if they lose this fight, it's not the biggest deal. It looks like they are losing this fight. They should have backed off a little bit earlier, but it's still quite good. Serengeti's going for mill 3, whereas, Greenlove's going for mill 3, whereas Serengeti has not chosen science or mill yet.
It looks like he's going science here soon. There's no. Oh yeah, we got a fort up. So yeah, here comes the tactics from Greenlove.
Oh wow, Greenlove actually has what do you call it? Has science 3 and has already gotten the literacy the literacy upgrade, and that's gonna mean Greenlove's gonna age really soon. Even though the score difference is here, I'm not so sure that this score difference is accurate. I think Greenlove and Vuli are really far ahead.
Yeah, it seems so. It definitely seems so. I'm not sure why it scored like that. Maybe it's just for the size of the army.
Perhaps, yeah. They did just lose They did just technically lose a fight.
Yeah, so that's probably why. It'll probably switch back here shortly. Especially he's getting another wonder. But it looks like Serengeti once again is getting. Yeah, it looks like Serengeti's gonna get Colossus again. So that's gonna be huge.
Yep.
He's gonna max
I
out
would like to
scholars
see some land raids from Vuli. Land raids would really do a number on Regazor here. Especially look at this papyrus is exposed. Those farms are exposed. They have bison and sugar that are exposed.
Yeah.
There's
and also
in the
some
back.
water. He kind of gave up on the water raids after the initial raid.
Yeah.
And these are the ages to do the water raids because you're gonna get the increased plunder. If he's got a heavy ship sitting in the west here, just doing nothing. He could be raiding with that still. Especially once you're to age 3, you start getting that 45 plus plunder. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah. And here we see Vuli pressing again on this front. Looks like Vuli's score is really low, and that's what's dragging the team down. If you compare, Greenlove's a little bit ahead of Serengeti score-wise, but Vuli is 600 points behind Regazor, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, anyways.
Well, I think it was a combination of losing that engagement, and he just doesn't have the knowledge income up, so that could be part of it too.
Yeah. Here, Greenlove's probably going to lose this fight. Just doesn't have enough army for some reason. There's I'm not sure where the army is from Greenlove. The economy is great, not enough metal, unfortunately, but still making do.
And he keeps making a mistake here with it's bad to keep just going decoys here because you could be using that power for either forced march or really just forced march, because with the lookout there, ambush isn't going to work too well. And the decoys just get picked off right away. So I would prefer to use it for force march. At least you could rush in, pick off a couple units, rush back, and just kind of keep doing hit and run tactics to wear down your opponent's army.
Yeah, exactly.
Just burning off a bunch of decoys.
Yep.
Here comes a rotation now.
Yep. Greenlove says coming to Vuli, and that seems like a good choice. Vuli has just teched up Unfortunately, I really would like to see Vuli upgrade these catapults. The population cap is hurting Vuli quite a bit, though.
Yeah. Oh, and we saw this last game as well. He likes catapults. I guess he just got a thing for him. He doesn't want to go trebuchet. So he wants to.
And again, we see Regazor is aging as well, and now it feels like the advantage has kind of slipped from Vuli's side. They had the momentum early on. They were really gonna get Regazor, but now, you know, Regazor has gotten the castle, is gonna get mill 3 probably soon, and instant tactics is quite good.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. And Nubians are aging now.
Okay, so we're gonna have to see if Greenlove can make something happen. Vuli's like, just charge, and that's not gonna work so well against 2 keeps and a castle.
Yeah,
This
especially
is not a good attack. Yeah.
a Roman castle. A Roman castle is just so much more powerful than standard.
Yep. This, you know, this army is not even that large. It feels like Vuli really needs to focus on, 1, getting the knowledge income up for the standing army, and 2, you know, trying to raid with this army. You got to trade out your army so you can build some more scholars, and also get some more plunder for resources for scholars.
Yeah, so it looks like, oh, okay, Vuli did go trebuchet finally. It's like,
Yep.
he doesn't look catapults anymore.
Greenlove says, hold siege, I aging, which, you know, seems like an alright choice. Greenlove unfortunately doesn't have that many troops for some reason. Seems like definitely like not best. Let's take a quick look. I'm interested to see the military. It looks like Greenlove's lost more units than killed, and that would make a lot of sense, right? That's probably why the army is not quite as large, just traded poorly. And here we see Serengeti rotating over again, being ready to charge. But this is quite the formidable army, combined army of Greenlove and Vuli.
Yeah, like I said, I would just like to see more companions out there. He should have at least 6 or 7 of them, instead of some of these pikemen.
Yep.
They're just so much. They're just such an advantage. They're so fast, and they can just hit and run and do so much damage.
Yep, definitely.
Looks
like Greenlove is teching up.
Yeah.
Choosing to go for Commerce 3. And this siege is gonna get killed, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get that commerce up to 250. He's only got 1 mine, unfortunately.
Yep. I think that's not really. I think that's not like a map fault. That's like you're not using this mine that's right in front of you fault. There's a big mountain in the center that Greenlove is not using for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think they just got paranoid over the contesting that space. He just forgot to put one there, maybe.
And it looks like these sieges are going to get sniped, and that's a big deal. Their army's out of position. They really love their decoys, but this is going to be a fight.
Yeah, no cannons here either.
Greenlove's teched up. This is quite the fight, and Serengeti's doing a decent job kiting backwards and trying to expose the rear of the army. And Regazor's got some nice micro on these knights, but I'm not sure who's winning the fight here. These are quite large armies from both sides.
And there goes Serengeti. Finally, he's got 5 companions now. That's a good number.
Yeah.
He just did exactly what I said. You hit and run with those, and just draw them in.
Yeah, and now Vuli's getting some nice plunder. Unfortunately, the micro's not really there. Just they keep getting their sieges sniped, and their armies are not exposed. Their units are exposed, and now they can't press their army advantage despite the situation.
And now we have Serengeti going gunpowder, so that's going to even that out a little bit. Vuli's still nowhere near aging.
Yeah, and it looks like Regazor is pop capped, but has the resources for Mill 3, but is not clicking up on it for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. That should be
really.
And actually, Pappy finally got raided. I was gonna see if he had Pappy, he could do science and.
Yeah.
He needs to get that Pappy in use again. And yeah, and the H3 is huge for Romans. As you mentioned earlier, you get that free tactics and all the fort upgrades. So the fortification and tactics, which would be huge here for the defense.
And
it looks like you did click up on science too instead of using the Pappy. So.
Yep.
But you'll still have enough knowledge.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just like you can't use your nation powers if you don't use them, you know? Like you have to actually click up on the button that says Mill 3.
Yep. Mill 3 is free. He's getting a little, it looks like Blue's getting a little plunder here. He's picking off a couple units. His army's upgraded, so that's nice. Still nothing in the water. Kind of a little bummed out. I like to see a lot of water action.
Yeah, that's one of the things that makes this map really exciting, right? You know, on the water you can, you know, you have a lot of water raids. These trebuchets are going to get sniped again because the army is just not forward enough. You have to put your army in front. You have to make sure they don't get sniped off.
That's right.
Because otherwise you can't, like, they have the advantage, I guess, in army size, but you know, it's just it's not helpful at all if you don't have sieges, right? You can't turn the army advantage into economic advantage.
That's absolutely right.
And here we see Serengeti's going to snipe the sieges again and is going to get one. It's painful. It's painful to watch.
Yeah, and with Greenlove hasn't been in the water at all. I haven't seen one ship from him other than fishing. He's gunpowder, so he can send out a couple of bomb ships and go try and harass the coastlines, maybe kill the docks. You know, just try and be a little pain in the butt. Or at least
like right now, like 4 or 5 corvettes would really make a big difference.
Oh, that would just that would.
And it looks like they do take the city, and finally, after a long time of stalling, and they should have took the city earlier, but ultimately it looks like they do take the city. There are 2 sieges working on the buildings.
Yeah, that's a good plunder for
Vuli, yeah.
So that's,
unfortunately, Vuli's knowledge income pales in comparison to everybody else, aside from Regazor, who's obviously struggling a little bit because of the continued pressure. Regazor still hasn't clicked up on the Mill 3. I think that would have made a really big difference.
Oh no, it would have 100% made a difference because the armor and that fort would just be so much stronger.
Yep.
It's still doing good work, the fort. It's a little far back, but still able to help a little bit. But if you look here, Bully's got a nice sized army. Greenlove's got a bunch of horses, a ton of light cavalry, and Serengeti's got a regroup. But Serengeti's economy's doing fairly well. Not as metal's a little low. He needs to get that up, and Regazer needs to focus on getting his age. Otherwise, he's gonna get too far behind. And yeah, you're right. Look, he's at pop limit. Regazer's at pop limit. He needs Mill 3, not only for the armor, but now for population.
He's been sitting at Mill 3 for a while and just has the resources. Would really help.
And he's going Science 3. He's going Science 3 instead of Mill 3.
Yeah, I'm at 30-20 right now.
Okay, I'm 30-30. So you'll
okay,
see
no worries.
It's
just painful to watch this,
Yeah, it's just like, come on, man. You see it flashing. When I see that red flashing in the top right, I just immediately sell everything, get metal, get this, get this Mill 3.
Yeah. And even now that they've captured this mountain, Greenlove's still not using the mountain, which is a big deal, right? That's kind of what's keeping the opponents in the game, because Greenlove is ahead in tech in all measures compared to the Greeks player. And also Vuli is ahead, but Greenlove just can't spam out those heavy cavalry like you really want to because not enough metal, and that's not.
Yeah, it's strange to see a Nubian player with only 106 metal income at this late in the game.
And here the army's out of position again. Greenlove is now. Why you charge there? Oh, it's so painful to watch. Greenlove's army is much larger, but just choosing to run back and exposing his allies' sieges. Just really not the right play. Unfortunately, Greenlove doesn't have Greenlove does have a general monarch, okay. And it looks like this fight's still gonna go okay for them, but it's just, now they're gonna lose some sieges for no reason, and it could have gone much better. These arquebusiers are all here, and that looks like a lot of damage.
Yeah, they finally took out Rome, so that's good. Let's see if they can hold it.
Yeah, just like look at Rome, what it used to be, and now it's been sacked by barbarians.
Yeah, yeah. This is somewhat historically accurate here.
Yeah.
From Rise of Nations.
Yep.
Looks like Serengeti hasn't clicked on any other library research.
Yeah.
Where Greenlove is only one away from positioning it to H5. So let's see if that makes a difference at all.
Still, that metal income, like.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm
really
so
crazy.
tilted right now.
I don't understand what is. I guess he's just distracted with the engagement and just maybe he thought he put one there and just I don't know.
Yeah.
He's got plus 250 everything else and then 106 metal.
Yeah,
so
like
hilarious.
I don't know. Like, do you not see the metal is not the highest income? It also doesn't even have a smelter at where the mine is. Like,
that's right. And actually, he could smelter and probably get both those mines with that smelter.
Yeah, exactly. But just not doing a good job managing the economy. Let's look at how Vuli is doing. Vulia's Mill 3 is probably going to get Science 3 soon, which should be good for him. And looks like...
And it looks like Vuli's heard our advice and he's back to raiding the water, so good job, Vuli.
Yep, got some barks going. Really would like, and some Caracs, really would like to see those upgraded, but they pay off. The payoff is quite there, is immediately there. Honestly, I would like to see them go after Serengeti's capital. It feels like Regazor is just, it's going to be, this positioning of cities defensively is going to be hard for them to take out. And Serengeti feels like, it's like you want to put the pressure, you don't want to let Serengeti just sit there and boom, especially with the Colossus.
Yeah, I mean, he's lost a couple of battles, so his population's pretty low right now, but I think you're going to see it boom back up. And it looks like Regazer forgot about Immersion here at Obsidian. He needs to get that guy working. He's missing out on resources. He could either go up to Cotton. Oh, they don't know about Cotton. Never mind. They've never scouted Cotton. Yep. And that's a huge resource for this, to get that added bonus. Not only just the plus 20 barracks, or the plus 20 wood, but you get that barracks stable and dock production much more quickly with the Cotton.
Yep. And that metal income again is really making a big difference. Like this is a tiny army for somebody who has a really large tech tree, but only 106 metal is really making a difference. Like even Vuli's army is larger, despite having a worse economy overall. The metal and plunder of Aztecs really beats out on the very small 106 of 106.
Yeah, and I would really I'd like to see Serengeti here get in the water and fight off and protect some of this precious fish.
Yes.
He needs to get out there and defend the water. Oh, here comes a fire ship.
Yep, from Regazor, nice, but I mean it's still not super duper helpful. Here we see Greenlove is sieging the city. I expect Vuli to go over and help. What is the Greeks player up to? Looks like the Greeks player is going for an offensive push, trying to get Greenlove to go back.
To sack. Yeah, it looks like you might try and get a sack here at Napata.
Yeah, but there's only one siege. It looks unlikely. The economic damage will be good, but yeah, the Romans player loses the capital. It's going to be, I believe it's, I can't actually tell who got the cap sack.
Yeah, I couldn't see either. Let me try and see. Oh, I think it was, I can't tell. It might have been Vuli. I couldn't tell.
Some sketchy micro coming from Vuli, but, they have a lot of army. It's not too bad.
Now they're right at Athens.
Yep, and that,
is completely undefended. But look at this Serengeti at the top. He might get the sack here. If he gets this sack, that could help his economy, and he's got a monarch. It looks like the sack's gonna come.
Yep.
Is he gonna get it?
Probably. If they throw this game away, like, that will be, that would be quite the spectacle.
Yeah, but he has a Forbidden City anyways, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I mean, it is giving away a sack, giving away a lot of economy. Let's look at, like that economy from Greenlove has gone down by quite a bit, but still Regazor is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
They just park their army here.
Greenlove's down to 46 metal now instead of 106.
Yep.
So he lost. But yeah, it looks like Riga's cap is finished. I don't see him taking that back. I mean, he's got 3.5 minutes. It's still plenty of time if Serengeti rotates back down, which he may do.
Yeah, just
Or
continue
maybe-
harassing, I guess, but
Yeah,
still.
or, I mean, or he could just try and really. He's got the Colossus. He could just try and steamroll here, mass up his army, defend his capital, and go take Technotiliton, which is pretty much undefended. He should be able to reduce that really quickly.
That's true. And again, we see that not raising the Senate is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And there's no temple there. There's no
Temple's
religion
just gone up.
there's yeah, there's no lookout, there's no lumber mill, so that city's going to reduce. It's only 3,100 hit points. 3 cannons will reduce that in less than a minute.
Yep.
So,
They still have 3 minutes to hold on until Regazor is dead. Regazor can't Forbidden City, obviously, because Greenlove has already built
totally
Forbidden City.
yeah, I mean, well, and it's in a bad spot. It's pretty far away, and that's looks like Greenlove's got racks and stable going up at Forbidden anyways.
Yep.
But I think the really only chance here, Riga's pretty much dead. Just try and survive out the last 2 minutes just to keep Vuli down at the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
Bottom of the map. Just get a Colossus army, which it looks like Serengeti's pretty close to getting. Get in there, take Technotilion, and pretty much make this a 1v1. Because he should be able to hold that even against 2 armies with the Colossus.
Yeah. It is like, I think they do have a chance, Regazor and Serengeti, and in fact, actually, they're ahead in score, despite this capital capture, as well as, you know, Regazor being kind of knocked out.
Yeah, and Serengeti's now going to have the age advantage as well, because he'll be able to use the gardens, and he only needs one more research to get to where he's able to go.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but I don't think it's going to come soon enough. I think.
No, not soon enough.
And here we see this is something that I see a lot of players don't do. You need to heal your army. Infantry are way better when they're at full health, as opposed to, you know, they lose a third of their damage output if they're at third health. So you just want to heal your army. Just put it in there. That's why Herbal Lore and the agricultural whatever it's called are really good.
Yeah.
Those upgrades. And it looks like Serengeti is rotating, going to try and take back the capital of Regazor, try and help out allies.
Nice, and they should have enough time to do it. Even though it is being repaired, it's those cannons will reduce it pretty quickly, especially with the Monarch.
Yep. And we're gonna see this is gonna
some
be
micro here, guys.
And it looks like the Nubians player can click up to gunpowder and just clicked up. And now we're gonna see a big fight here at the bottom.
Yeah.
Decent micro from Serengeti, gonna get those light cavalry in the back. Nice decoys, of course.
Yep.
But there's not enough army from Greenlove.
No, and he's still H3 also. So H3 versus H4 armies.
Yeah,
not very
but
effective.
I mean, it does look like they're pulling back, and Greenlove's managed to take back the city of Malab and is now going back for his capital. And Serengeti's running away. That seems like a misplay. It seems like Serengeti really needs to hold this and keep his ally alive.
I disagree. I'd say that Regazor was out of the game. I think Serengeti should have just went all in for go for Vuli's capital. Just get that Colossus army up. Go try and take Vuli's capital right now and just stand there and hold it.
Yeah,
Vuli's
perhaps.
score isn't that. Yeah, I mean the timer might be 5 minutes or something. With that kind of score, maybe 6 minutes. I don't know. But it would be difficult to hold, especially you're gonna be up against H5. But Regazor was gonna die anyways.
That's true. Okay, that's fair enough. And Regazor has clicked up to age, but is gonna die, unfortunately.
Yeah. And there's the age coming from Greenlove. Serengeti still needs one more research. But we'll see. He's got a Colossus. He needs to protect that Colossus and Athens.
Yeah. The problem is, like, even if Serengeti is able to take out both the capital and the Forbidden City, the problem is his own capital is still exposed. Like, Vuli's still just gonna siege down the city and take control of it, and then Greenlove loses the Colossus first of all, and also loses a lot of army and economy. I mean.
Yeah.
But this has been quite the game, you know. It's
Yeah.
Serengeti's
Had a
choosing
very
to go for.
similar vibe of last game, except this time, Green Love and Wooly have been able to kind of hold on late.
Yep.
But it looks like Athens is going down here pretty easily.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I would have liked to have seen that.
Massive
that
Aztecs
hold.
army.
Yep.
And it looks
Well,
like
he's gonna
here
take
it's
a while.
Serengeti that's going to mess up the micro a little bit. The bomb bars are exposed, and Green Love's going to be able to snipe those easily
Yeah.
if he actually
And he's
targets
got all
them.
those. Yeah, he's got those Crusairs now. Those things are pretty nice. Heavy cavalry. He got the sack. 7-minute timer.
Yeah, I'm at 40-48, and I can see the capital's about to go down.
Oh, okay. I'm 10 seconds ahead.
Capital does go down. Wooly gets the sack, and the city of Forbidden City is taken, but I'm not so sure Serengeti can actually win this fight. Let's take a look. Army sizes. Yeah, it looks like the upgraded Enlightenment Age army is just going to put an end to this game.
Yeah. And Serengeti lost Colossus. That would have been probably the only thing that would have kept him alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And I
gonna
think
try
that this
and-
game is over.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not seeing how he's gonna take back his capital.
Yeah.
I think you could just fast forward it from here.
Yeah, sure. And
All right.
Serengeti calls GG. Wow,
We
what
have
a
our
what a
first,
game.
First 3-game series here.
Yeah.
All games have been sweeps.
Yeah, let's take a look at the scores here. Military, Green Love killed the most units and lost a bunch of units, and Serengeti also. You know, the ratios are kind of similar. And Wooly actually lost the most units on his team with 150, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, he suicided quite a bit in some of those early, just bad micro again with those sieges. A
Yeah.
lot of sieges got killed. So.
Yeah. Anyways,
And if you look-
we're running short on time a little bit, but so let's start game number 3, and then if I have to leave in the middle, I have to leave in the middle, and I'll just let the camera auto go. Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. So the score is now 1-1.
Let's try and get 3. I mean, and also too, if you want to fast forward through some of the kind of down parts of the game,
Yeah,
just to
sure.
get to the action,
Yeah.
that's fine too. Like we can just talk about rares, map position,
Yeah.
nations, fast forward until there's some action, something like that.
Yeah, sounds good. Clanhater AS
Alright.
versus Clanhater Appreciation Society versus Squatter Water. This is the Division 1, I believe. Game number 3, the first 3-game series that we've had here. Yeah, let's do it. Oh no, it looks. Is this a Lakes game? It looks like an Outback game. Okay, so it looks like another Outback game. Okay,
Another
let's
Outback game.
let's play it. Start to play, and then we can talk about the nations and the rares a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's take a look. So we've got Serengeti, Regazor, Green Love, and Wooly, again, the 3 nations. Serengeti's got Mongols, Regazor's got Koreans, Green Love's got Spanish, and Wooly's got Mongols. So it's a Mongol mirror, but Koreans and Spanish. Who do you think has the better nations overall, and also for this map?
Obviously, Mongols on this map is amazing. You only need, 2 farms to start off to get close to maxing out, and you can hurry up and just be really fast with Mongols. So they cancel each other out. I would give the edge to the Spanish because it is a water map. He also gets to see all the rares, so it'll be nice to go raid. And getting that free heavy ship right away off that early dock, and you can just go immediately raid, is a big advantage.
Yeah, definitely. I think, I think depending on the rares, I have to ultimately give the edge to the Mongols and Koreans duo. I think Koreans are a better nation than Spanish in a lot of games. And while the free heavy ship and scouting rares are probably really good on this map, it is Koreans like the speed as well as their flexibility, being able to either do a really impressive rush with their unique sieges plus militia, or obviously able to hold the line for a really long time with their unique repair ability.
Yeah, and of course, if there's a good border push, there's always a good tower rush. You know,
yeah, that's true.
Repair while being attacked, so you can get those 1 or 2 towers up, just sieging a city before you even get siege out.
Yep. Okay, so let's take a quick look at where the players are located. So we've got Regazor and Serengeti again on the bottom. Serengeti's to the right again, and Regazor is on the left. Whereas we've got Vuli on the top and Greenlove to the right. So it's actually very similar starting spots. I had to check for a moment that I wasn't on the wrong game. Both teams have water, and you know they're exactly the same colors. Maybe that's on purpose. Let's fast forward to 5 minutes, shall we?
Sure.
So I'm interested to see what sort of plays we'll see here, given that, especially for Regazor and Serengeti, I want to see what sort of strategies they're going to go with, given that they lost on this map last game, in a somewhat convincing fashion. Yeah. All right, I'm at 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay, and it looks like Regazor has gone for. It looks like all of them have gone for Commerce 1, which on this map is an excellent choice. And both teams have access to water, and they're both putting up their docks now.
And Serengeti and both Mongol players have got Civ 1 as well.
Oh, yep, I see that. Vuli and Serengeti both have Civ 1.
And it looks like Greenlove's doing a good job walking the rares. This is something that I like to do when I'm Spanish to help my teammate out, rather than have to, unless it's something that's really close by that they can get to really fast. I just like to get out there and scout the rares out, walk them all out. Then they're all exposed. Then your teammate can go out and help raid as well without having to, think about it too much. So that's nice job, nice team play for him, opening all those rares up.
Here's an interesting choice. We see Serengeti has gone for a city on the left side as opposed to right in front.
Yeah, I see that.
Really,
what do you think about that play?
It's not the most immediately clear why Serengeti would do that. It's not like, sure, you grab the mountain, but it's still even not that effective. Have they scouted Pappy yet? Let's see. They have scouted Pappy.
And it looks like Regazor has 2 villagers over on Serengeti's side, so he's going to Civ there. So it's like they're, and there comes a Civ.
Yeah,
it looks like it's kind of a...
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting choice. Ultimately, I feel like it's just really vulnerable. So the problem with this build, as one might know, is if there's a horde charger that comes through, it's really hard to see this open area in between Regazor's 2 cities or Serengeti's 2 cities. This woodcutter camp is exposed. There's a big area for the caravan route to get raided. The Pappy's exposed. Like it's just like not the best. Whereas if you Civ instead, like right here, next to this Pappy, then you're blocking off the opponent more, and you're more likely to be able to hold the line. Yeah.
And it looks like we got science coming in from Regazor as Koreans. What do you think about that move?
Not recommended. The reason you don't go science before market is because market gives you more resources, whereas science doesn't do anything for you in the immediate future.
I mean, unless you're scouting like mad, but this map doesn't have many ruins.
Yeah.
He's also Korean. You get the free temple. You don't need the science, and they have Pappy. So I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah. So let's take a quick look at the rares, because I see Vuli is comms 2, and he's going for and they're going for Commerce 2 with Silk. I'm gonna look from Greenlove's perspective because it's easier to see the rares. So on Greenlove and Vuli's side, they've got silver, they've got marble, they've got silk, wool, copper is kind of contestable, wine, salt, and diamonds. On the other side, for Serengeti and Regazor, they've got I should look here. They've got sugar, spice, cotton, peacocks, amber, and papyrus.
Pappy.
Who do you think has a better share of rares?
I think the edge definitely to the top with silk and diamonds alone on this map.
Yeah, silk and diamonds, but they also have silver. It is a big deal. That is a big deal.
Oh, they do. That's right.
Yeah.
So silk, silver, diamonds. Actually, Salt is big as well.
Yep. For
offense.
that Com2 Despot build that we talked about earlier, and that,
Yep.
that Vuli put to good effect last game despite, some stumbles here and there.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I think the thing that hurts him is just his micro is a little choppy. If he gets that tightened up, I mean, his overall strategy is there. It's just the execution lacks a little bit, but he definitely he knows what he's doing. He's not a noob by any means.
Yeah. Here we see
you got a tower rush
coming from Regazor, and it's gonna go up in face of this city fire. Here's something that some players don't necessarily know. What you want to do when you have these sort of first of all, you want to pull citizens, right? You have to kill their citizens with your city or or shooting fire. Also, you could 2 citizens shoots arrows at the same rate as 4 citizens. So I think the metrics are 2 and 7 are the thresholds where it shoots more arrows.
Something like that, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, so you get 2 in, and then you use 2 or 3 to pick off their citizens that are building the tower, and that's how you deal with that.
Yeah.
But now here comes a barracks. He's going to fill that thing with archers, and it's going to take that city down.
It's going to be a free city for Regazor.
Yeah.
Really, really nice play.
Yeah. And that's a danger from Koreans we talked about at the beginning. If you get a good tower rush going, they can immediately get you on your heels, and it takes you away from your boom strategy.
Yeah. But it does look like Vuli's going for that age. Vuli seems really, really far ahead. Has gotten Commerce 2 and Science and Civic and Mill, and is now aging. This looks like going to be an aggressive push, and I'm a little worried for the other team. It looks like Serengeti has also gone through the same exact build, but without Silk and without Silver, and so is going to be a good amount slower.
I think he was able to use Papyrus though, so that helped.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. And if you look at the gold income for the Mongol players, Vuli's double Serengeti. And here comes the mill too, and that's a great move here because then when you build those stables, you get the 2 free horse archers instead of just 1. And that extra horse archer early in this game like this really helps because as we all know, Mongol horse are just awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
So, especially for raiding, they take less attrition, and they're just deadly against villagers.
Honestly, I'm really not impressed with how Greenlove is handling this tower rush. First of all, pulling citizens off your wood is not what you need to do, especially after the tower's already gone up. It's now Regazor can easily walk in with a bunch of militia and take the city easily. Fortunately, this tower's going to go up in time, but it's still it's still not what you want to be doing.
Yeah. This I think maybe Greenlove has just not dealt with Koreans a lot because he completely mishandles that situation.
Does look like there's some cavalry coming through here. This Cataphract's going to completely ignore this archer. Oh, it's going to kill it. Okay. And Serengeti had to put down a stable without Mill 2, which is going to hurt only 1 unit. Will it go down? Oh, it will not. Okay. You need to keep these units, these nomads, continuously moving. That's part of what makes them so strong. And this raid looks like it's going to cause a lot of damage. Taking out these woodcutters, continually harassing, just dragging the army around, forcing Serengeti and Regazor to pay attention and try to do something about it. Nice play from Vuli.
And we're seeing some. There was some water raids going, but it looks like the ship got taken out.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, but this is great use of the Mongol ranged cavalry here from Vuli. Vuli here he's high in the score now. I mean, he's on fire right now.
Yeah,
so if
he
keeps this going, he could roll this game pretty easy.
Yeah, just got to keep moving those cavalry. Can't let them sit still. Micro the light horse on the light horse and Cataphract on their light horse, and continue moving your horse archers because those are going to do a lot of damage to economy.
And look at this, Serengeti's putting his cap in front. What do you think about that move?
Oh, interesting. It seems like Serengeti's thinking like, it seems like Serengeti's thinking, that he's going to take this city easily of Regazor. So I think it's a little dangerous, definitely against a Mongols player who's already really ahead of his opponents. But you know, it can be good because you know, you're protecting your ally really well.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, I typically wouldn't recommend it, especially against Mongols, especially if Vuli's on fire right now.
Yeah.
But all of his military's there. Riga's cap is also right there, so you're basically defending. It's almost like a Persian situation where you're defending 2 caps. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not that crazy, but I typically wouldn't recommend that ever. But in this situation, I guess I could see what he's trying to do. Riga really needs to get a siege out. That Korean siege will take down that tower, and then that city's gone.
Yep. Definitely.
So I'm not sure why he hasn't milled-2'd yet. Oh, he has. Never mind.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting to see a siege. And here it comes. Siege factory. Going down.
Everything okay over there?
Yeah, mosquito.
Okay.
Trying to kill it real quick.
Yeah. And it looks like Vuli's going to start pressuring the capital of Serengeti. Doesn't have that much army yet, but has a siege, has continued the raids to pull the opponents out of position, which is really nice, you know, continuing to just harass and be annoying. But his ally, the Spanish player, is really faltering here. I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah, that tower rush does that. It just really gets you on your heels, and if you don't handle it properly, you know, he's. You look at his library; it's just way behind.
Yeah.
If you look at Serengeti's library, and even Vuli's, comparatively, it's, you know, they're both in a position to age. Riga's will be in a position to age. Yeah, he still has no knowledge yet. Only 10 knowledge coming from Rigazor. But at least Greenlove's collecting a decent amount of knowledge. Finally getting science.
Yep.
So he'll be able to age at some point. It looks like the tower's going down.
Yep. You know, it looks like they're in a lot of trouble. 2 towers at the front, it means it's really hard to engage into this. You know, Greenlove really needs siege to take on the opposing Korean towers, and also some more army, but the economy is just not there. For whatever reason, Greenlove's just been sitting on plus 100 economy despite having Senator. You know, you really want to just pump out fishing ships, you know, get a second woodcutter's camp, etc.
Yep.
To make use of all of that, especially wealth that he's been collecting.
And it looks like Rigazor's getting an age 2 army, and that's another thing with Spanish. You got to hurry up and get those the soldaries, because
The
Spanish
Scutari?
high is off. Yeah. Or whatever they're called.
Scutari, yeah.
Spanish. Scutari. Soldari is the German. But they're just awesome. I love Spanish high. It's my favorite in the game, personally, especially in gunpowder. But
Poor micro from Vuli. This catapult's gonna get hurt. Move away. Save it.
and it looks like Rigazor's going to take that city at the top.
Yep. And only now is Mill 2 coming. Like, this is way, way late, and he's about to get run over.
Yeah, it's a bad spot for Greenlove. And you know, it's too bad. Greenlove's probably been the best player, I would say, in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Overall.
But it's
and this
just
one, he's just really he got put on his heels early.
Yeah. This is a not terrible fight for Wooly, but again, create decoys instead of force march. That really hurting. Could have snagged a couple of these archers, gotten some of the ranged cavalry, but you know, that's what happens, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like a default play. It's like in your mind psychologically, you think, oh, I'm gonna get more units, but then the lookout comes and just burns them off, so it doesn't help at all.
No, it doesn't. And like you save so much health of your units anyways by just running faster towards your enemy and killing more of their units. So, you know, trading.
Yeah, force march is definitely a huge advantage. And it looks like Rigazor's got full control now of Vigo. He's gonna take out this Rax, take out that tower, maybe the stable next. And Madrid's pretty wide open, and he's not raising the Senate. Madrid. So actually, if Rigazer just said screw it, I'm gonna go right to Madrid, he might be able to get it because Greenlove has basically no army, and they're all age 1 army.
Yeah.
So-
Although I will say Greenlove can pull militia, which would be a big deal.
Well, so could Rigazer as well.
Yeah, but Greenlove has attrition. I just saw so.
Oh, he does. Okay, I didn't realize. Oh, you're right. He does. Never mind. But still, okay. You start use those siege. The siege are going to take a little bit of attrition. Protect your siege. Get Madrid down, and then just bum rush with a bunch of militia. You might be able to get a sack.
Yeah, exactly. And that would really just end the game outright, pretty much, because
Yeah.
it looks like
He's got four villages right there that could become his militia, and then he's got enough food. He could Civ 2, drop another city. That's another 5 militia. So you're looking at 9. Oh no, he can't. Never mind, because he just took a city.
Oh yeah, he is too.
Never mind. Serengeti looks like he's holding pretty well down here. And he's going to start countering soon. He's got a siege factory coming.
Yep, and Vuli's going for a Colossus, which, it's all right, but really, Vuli should realize that they're losing the other side by quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that's the bad call right now.
Yeah.
'Cause that's about 4 or 5 horse archers maybe.
Yeah, or a bunch of regular archers,
Yeah, exactly.
And it looks like Serengeti's aging, and that is probably the nail in the coffin, honestly, because, if you age, the Serengeti's probably going to get the upper hand on this side, even though they've been
like
pretty
Vuli's
even.
gonna age too, but that's just gonna be a stalemate down there. It looks like the Mongols are gonna stalemate, and
Yep.
Greenlove does have great knowledge, so if he could get some food, he could age relatively soon. Compared to Rigazer, Rigazer's not too far away either.
Yeah.
Okay, Rigazer's going to raid now, it looks like. Or he's rotating to help Serengeti. I'm not sure what his. I guess just raiding. Yeah.
Probably. Moving the troops out, going for a march. No, it does look like he's going to help Serengeti here, or just sitting there. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I think it was just maybe just to pester, just to get Vuli out of position, maybe.
Yeah.
Just kind of like a feigned retreat.
Yeah,
kind of thing
it's not like
going on.
Greenlove can do much, anyways.
He can't do anything. I mean, look at his army. He's got 2 archers, 1 light cavalry, 1 light infantry, 2 heavy infantry, and they're all age 1. So that's not going to cut it. But he did get a fort up, so that's good. He can get a general out for some extra defense. I mean, some extra armor, some. But he does have a ton of citizens to make for militia, so he could defend with just militia and the small army he has. But
Yeah, that's true.
and he's caught up in his library now, so he's gonna age here.
Yep.
Pretty soon.
Got science 2. Hopefully, should
yep.
age soon. The economy still is like a little faltery. On water maps like these, you just continue putting out fish, because fish are one of the best ways to gather resources in this game. And there's really no excuse to not have a high food income on water maps, aside from if you're really struggling for wood.
Yeah, and try and get taxation as well, because you can get more resources from
More
caravan
Yep.
and from all your. Oh, there's a good rate here on silver, but it looks like Greenlove already used it, so it didn't matter.
Oh, what timestamp are you at? I'm at 2010.
Oh, I'm at 2036. Sorry. All
Alright, no worries.
I'll let you catch up. Just tell me when you're at like 2040.
Yep. Yeah, I see that raid that's coming. It's a nice little army raid. Gonna get both those merchants, and Greenlove has clicked up, which is good for him.
Yes.
And
Sure,
it looks
but
like
the score is still hurting.
Yeah, it looks like Greenlove's gonna be able to snipe this catapult, or the flaming arrow, the Korean unique siege, which is definitely a really great pickup. it's kind of a gift from considering the start that he's had.
Yep. All right, what time you at?
I'm at 21 minutes. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Alright, and it looks like both Regazor and Greenlove are about to finish aging, and Serengeti is pressing this side. Even though the army sizes are actually not, it looks like Serengeti has the better army. All of these, the heavy cavalry are really good against both the ranged horses, both against the ranged horses as well as the crossbowmen here.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, pretty much the heavy cavalry is good against everything except other heavy cavalry and pikemen.
Yep.
And I don't see any of that really. He's got one pikeman, that's it.
Yeah. Like this is another thing where it's like you gotta press with your army, you gotta poke around. Like he has a stronger army, he's just not paying attention to it. And now Serengeti has deployed to the reinforcements,
and they're both despot as well. And you're not using your despot's abilities if you're not getting plundered by killing.
Yeah. Here's a really nice raid from Vuli. The composition's a little off. Light cavalry are just bad if you're raiding, but the knight is good. Just continuously raiding your opponents, trying to help Greenlove on the other side. Greenlove here is teching, but is gonna probably lose some units here, but has the force march available if needed.
Yeah, and Vuli's starting to put together a nice little army. He's got 3 heavy cavalries and a couple Royal Scutaris. Still no crossbows yet, but I see he's upgrading them.
Serengeti's going for Mill 3, doesn't have a castle, but is pop capped at 82 compared to, the 87 of Vuli due to the Colossus. That Colossus will probably help out Vuli quite a bit in the long term. And I think,
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Regazor really missed an opportunity to push on that side, because now it seems relatively even on the other side.
Yeah, no, he big time slowed down. He should have kept pushing. Like I said, he could have been. I mean, at minimum, he could have took Gijon, that small city there.
Yep.
Or at least put pressure on Madrid, especially if Serengeti were to rotate it. Maybe they could just get a quick sack. But he's still not bad. He's still not in a bad spot. But you can see that now Greenlove's army's starting to heavily surpass Serengeti's army.
Yeah, and here this is a really nice engagement from Vuli. Vuli really just charged in with the army while half of Serengeti's army was going to clean up the raid that Vuli had done earlier. Really nice play on Vuli's part, and has also chosen to go chemistry science 3 instead of mill 3 first. How do you feel about this decision?
I don't like it. Well,
actually,
you know what? I take that back. For Mongols, it's not too bad because you get the logistics upgrade or whatever it is on the smelter.
Yeah,
but it's not necessarily the worst move, and he's got Colossus, so it's not gonna, he doesn't need the population, but he doesn't get that armor.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably in this case trade it for the armor, especially because I'm on defense right now, and the forge and or whatever from the smelter is only really good when you're getting into the offensive side of things. Really.
That's true. For me, I think I like the decision because, if you look at Serengeti's army, there's only one siege. There's no way Serengeti's going to break through a tower, a fort, and a lookout, and the full city.
Yeah, that's true.
So it seems like Vuli has plenty of time, and therefore, going science first is actually a good choice because you can tech up, get a little bit more economy going before. Before things.
And he doesn't even need the armor because he's not even going to be engaging. So
here we see an attempt at a water raid, but nobody is microing here. I'm sure nobody's looking at the water here.
Just sending them out, just spray and pray at this point.
Yep. And Greenlove's going for hanging gardens, but has pulled a zillion troops off the work line. I think, or civilians off the work line. I think this is like a decent choice, right? It's not like Regazor is going to kill him anytime soon, but you don't want to build hanging gardens with 10 citizens. It's just not efficient. For those of you who don't know, go ahead. I
guess he just wants to get it up quick so he can get all the bonuses from hanging gardens.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, it's not bad. It's
Yeah, especially because Regazor just completely took his foot off the gas, As you can see, he's entrenched his troops here, which I have no idea why he's doing that.
Yeah,
well, he's
I'm at 25 minutes exactly.
Oh, okay. He moved him. I'm a little behind you, actually.
Oh, okay. No worries, no worries.
He was entrenched, and now he's engaging.
Okay.
And he's surprised Serengeti's been. I mean, oh, I see. Regager's at pop limit.
Yeah.
That's why his army's
Not growing in size. Yeah.
Yeah, but he needs to catch up quick because here comes the Royal Scutaris now. You got 6 Royal Scutaris. You got 4 heavy cavalries. That's going to be very difficult to deal with. Although he does have a decent amount of Korean archers, and Korea has great archers as well.
Yep. And here we see an interesting move from Serengeti. If you look at the bottom, the main army is actually has moved to the left, and there's a lone siege that's sieging. This is again just another example of why you need to poke with your army. Just check that the opponent is still there. If not, you can take a free siege. You can take out your opponent's troops.
That's right.
It looks like Vuli's going for Commerce 3 instead of Mill 3. This is definitely a mistake. You really want Mill 3.
Yeah, of course. Huge mistake. Huge mistake because now Serengeti's going to take the city for free.
And Vuli can't fight it because there's an armor difference. You could either throw away a bunch of...
Yeah, Serengeti has the armor, Vuli does not. Vuli's going to try and come to save it with his army's decent size. So he's going to kill that siege, which is smart.
Yep.
While it's sieging the city.
But the general's not there. The general is not there, and this fight is going to go really, really poorly for Vuli if he chooses to fight it out, which he is.
And we've seen this in the last 2 games with Vuli. He just puts his general and his despot in bad positions, and you can see he's forced to retreat. Actually, doesn't even have a general. All he has is despot.
And it's just not like threw away a bunch of army. Now Serengeti has the army advantage and the tactics advantage. Vuli's in big trouble here. On the other side, we see a pretty interesting engagement. All these archers are cramped together, and it's not like Greenleaf can break through because Korean's the power. So.
Yeah.
Both of them are teching up to Science 3 now. Regazor has not clicked up Mill 3 though, and Greenlove also has Commerce 2, so it looks like Greenlove's decently ahead on that side, but it's going to take a while for it to really translate into territory. Oh, and bad news for Vuli and Greenlove fans here.
I think Serengeti's going to get sack up here.
Yep. And Vuli finally gets Mill 3. Clicks on Mill 3, but honestly might even need Greenlove to go there because it's just not like it's not like he can fight. This army is much larger. Maybe if he can take back his city of Kashgar first, try to cut off the opponent and maybe snipe a supply wagon plus the despot.
And it looks like Serengeti's going to take out the Colossus rather than.
Yeah, actually, I agree with that decision. I think given the situation, it's unlikely that he can get a cap sack given all the militia there. In addition, it's like it's the city takes longer to get rid of. Still no armor from Vuli. Really, really hurting.
Yeah, he's gonna lose his entire. I mean, I would say for me, I would have probably went for the sack first, and then maybe kill the Colossus because you have the armor upgrade. Because you can see he just melted Vuli's army.
Yeah.
Vuli's army is basically gone. Because then you get the sack. You might even be able to keep the Colossus at this point because your army's just double the size now.
That's true.
Use your horse archers to pick off that militia. Because now look, it looks like he's going to be able to take this cap pretty easy.
Yep.
Unless Greenlove comes to rotate, and then if Greenlove rotates, that's going to help Regazor a lot, gain back some momentum.
Yep. Regazor again is at the position where really should click on that Mill 3, but has not clicked on the Mill 3.
Yeah.
And now Vuli's
economy
is just going to be shattered.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's probably got way too many villagers. He can probably raise a few villagers.
Yeah, probably. Has chosen to go for Commerce 2 instead of Mill 3. These people skipping
Yeah,
on
well,
military.
And here comes the rotation from Greenlove. It's a wise choice, and Serengeti's gonna have to retreat. So Serengeti was able to kill the Colossus, so that's pretty big.
Yep. Has nearly is almost ready to age actually, whereas Vuli is still way behind in knowledge, and also the economy.
I mean, well, that and you see all of his he had all of his workers off the mines, so he lost a ton of income, and he lost. He still has a bunch of scholars. If you see a bunch of scholars just chilling up there that he lost from Kashgar, he needs to build another university to get those scholars back to work.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's one of the things I will say about Vuli. I think, like, you know, the rotations and the army movement has been all right, definitely, and you know, building up that economy in the first place has been strong. But the rebuilding has definitely not been there. You know, it's like the rebuilding speed is just way too slow, way slower than would normally be expected.
And here we see age coming from Greenlove.
Yep, that's really going to help out. He's the first one to age. Despite how behind he was in the first place, that Hanging Garden's definitely helping him out. And Regazor being unable to punish him because he was playing too passive.
But if you look at Serengeti's the score, I mean, Regazor's got the higher score than both Greenlove and Vuli, and Serengeti's just way up there.
Yep. Although I'm pretty sure.
Again, you know,
yeah, go ahead.
With Mongols taking that extra city and all that land mass from the Mongols to get all that food bonus, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the score is from combat because, like, even though Serengeti does have a solid army, look at it, the economy, it's still only a plus 150. That's, you know, despots really kicking in. And Vuli.
Yeah, but if you look at you look at Vuli's economy, it's about the same. Even though he's got 220 limit, he's not utilizing it at all.
Yeah, exactly. You know, floating all of that food, not building those extra woodcutters camps, and not building more fish. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
he's got a ton of gold too.
Yep.
A ton of food and gold. And that was he was probably getting a lot of that from when the Colossus was there, and he was just booming along. But if you look over at Greenlove's economy, he's definitely booming pretty good now.
Yep, only one mine, which is unfortunate, but and also does
kind of like the last game. I don't know. I guess Greenlove just doesn't like mines. He
also hasn't built a smelter either on that city. And Greenlove says we attack the city of Shang-Tu, which I think is a good choice. The chokehold for the Korean player is really strong here, and this looks like a bad fight. Yeah, the chokehold for the Korean player on the city of Vigo is really strong. Look at that. There's like 5 towers and a fort and a lookout. Like, seems really hard.
Yeah, you're not getting that.
Yeah. Whereas here in Chengtu, there's 3 towers and an observation post, and it's gonna be hard for Regazor to rotate around. Here we see an engagement that honestly, I mean, I think Greenlove's doing a decent job kiting backwards. I think Greenlove can easily win this engagement. Yeah, he's just trashing over the army of Regazor, who's on opponent's territory.
Yeah. Yeah, Regazor once again still hasn't got an 8-3. I mean, I'm sorry, Mill 3. And that's hurting him because he's been at pop limit now for 7 minutes.
Yep.
So more. And he's got the. Oh no! Here comes. Let's see it now. So that's going to free him up to build more troops.
Yep, I see him. He's clicking up now, and I see the time is 32:35 for me.
Okay, I'm 10 seconds ahead. I'll pause.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. And I see Serengeti getting ready to rotate up towards Karakoram.
Yep, I'm at 32:45, and Serengeti's just getting in there.
Yep.
Nice tower, nice keep from Greenlove and a barracks there, just in case. You know, gonna put a damper on Greenlove's attempts to take the city. This is bad army movement. You want to go to the back and take the bombards out, because those are, you know, that's a lot of free units. But currently, it looks like the citizens are getting just absolutely demolished here, unfortunately for Vuli. Just out of position, didn't have an observation tower, not enough army,
Yeah.
fell behind.
Vuli does have armor now at least, so that's helping. And I think we're not going to see a rotation from Greenlove to come help.
Yep. And we see Regazor still, even though Greenlove's rotating, Regazor is trying to poke and prod at Greenlove's defenses. You know, this is a good play on Regazor's part.
Yep.
You want to continue trying to keep your opponent there and not help Vuli, who is currently being absolutely destroyed here.
And it looks like Greenlove's not even gonna go help. He's just gonna try and start working on Shang too.
And I think honestly that's the right play. Serengeti has to go all the way around, and if Serengeti dies, Greenlove can pretty easily beat Regazor by himself.
Yeah,
despite,
that's true.
I think Greenlove really needed some more army, but and has that mill. But oh no, it looks like Regazor is gonna try and snipe these bombards, which is gonna put a damper on Greenlove's plans. Is it gonna work? I don't know. These bombers do have a lot of health, but there is also a lot of army for Regazor. And Regazor doesn't even mind. Look at all that floating resource, all those floating resources, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. From Greenlove as well. If you look at pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, Greenlove's excuses he doesn't have military, but like, come on, just click on the button.
Yeah, but I like this play from Serengeti because it's really disrupting the economy of Vuli. That's his main economic city. He's got both his mines there, and as you can see, every time he goes in, damage, it really hurts his economy.
Yeah, but I think Vuli has actually done a good job keeping the other Mongol player off his back. You know.
He has.
Yeah. Just wish she would infinite queue some villagers and also eject some of these villagers from the keeps. That would be a big difference. And also, I think Greenlove's mill is finally coming. Finally. And he really needs to get that monarch and just immediately start spamming out cavalry as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Greenlove says
we're gonna keep
Yeah.
sieging down some towers. They're putting pressure on Shang too now, so you might see a rotation here from Riga.
Yep. Let's see. What's Riga up to? Riga's he's just building troops. Finally he's starting to use up some of the income.
He's gonna suicide a flaming arrow, looks like.
Yep, I see that.
A little bit of a blunder there.
Yep. And if Greenlove honestly just runs in and just runs in with the army right now, Serengeti's just too far away. You know, there's no like this army may be large, but it's just a little far away to really make a difference. And Greenlove says go, which I think is a good choice. They see no army. They've been poking. They see no army from their opponents, so they're just gonna take the capital and get that sweet capsack.
Yeah, I think so. And Serengeti can try and move.
Needs to move the infantry closer to get it. And Serengeti is going to come back, and so is Regazor. This is a 2v2 right here. Vuli's going to get sandwiched.
Oh, wow. What a move.
What a move.
What a move.
The Tertios are going to really help out against these heavy knights, but I have no idea who's going to win this fight.
Well, those Tertios are vulnerable to those Korean archers, though, unfortunately. Looks like, man, it's just a close one. Serengeti's got a lot of heavy cavalry also.
I think Serengeti's going to come out on top. The target fire from Greenlove is not there.
Yeah,
and Greenlove's just running away, which I think he has to actually sit and fight this out. All of the enemy troops are damaged. Trying to kite a little bit, which is good, but
I have to give credit a lot to Riga there. He really saw down those Tertios to save Serengeti's forces.
Yep.
So good teamwork there. Even though Riga took some heavy casualties, he was able to take out the very strong units for Spanish there.
Yep. And now it looks like they're back to where they started, except Greenlove has no siege. And Regazor is now aged.
That's good for him. Get all his upgrades. So we have Mill 4 from Spanish. That's pretty good. No other mill 4s yet.
The Mongol player's also got Mill 4. Has not clicked on the armor upgrade yet, even though it has the resources.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Serengeti needs to get that. So if he gets that level 4 armor, he's building up a nice big army again. He's got a ton of. I think he's got 4 generals and a desk. So he's really
making sure he has extra armor.
Yeah. So you're never out of position with that many.
Yep.
They're all overlapping each other.
Yep, all those forced marches.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a big advantage of having extra generals, really. And with the Mongols, you get the upgraded. At least I think it's the Despot, right? It gets 2,000 for the power.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he gets 2,000 instead of only the 1,000 with the free forge upgrade. I think it comes from the. You get that upgrade. And Peshawar is getting slowly beat down. Looks like we finally got some little water action back over there.
Yeah, it looks like it. They're still ancient age units, unfortunately.
Yeah. But that's fine. At least something is going on, so I'll take it.
Yep, that's true.
It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing.
Yep.
And we got a bunch of spies here from Riga. Decent sized army.
Yep, that's true. Decent army. It's not really going to stand up to the armored army of Greenlove, who has pulled ahead, surprisingly, very very well ahead with this Hang Gardens.
Yep.
Probably should buy some more metal and also, I don't know, get another mine over here or something.
Yeah, well, as we saw from the last game, he doesn't like mines.
Yeah, not a fan of mines, I guess.
He doesn't like them, yeah. And he loves hoarding gold. He's got 22, almost 2,300 gold.
Yep.
And also another kind of a small mistake from the Spanish. He doesn't have any lookouts nearby, and also scout. So those 3 spies from Riga, he could go in there and either bribe all these bombards or go take a couple heavy infantry or a couple tertios.
Yeah, that's true. As a Spanish player, you would expect them to have some scouts, but I guess not.
Yeah, it's better because they get the free upgrade, so that's nice.
Yep. And Greenland's going for Temple of Tikal, not super recommended on my end, at least.
Yeah, well, at least he's using some of that gold he had, I guess.
Yeah.
But not really. He's still at 2,100.
Huh. Yeah, I criticize the Temple of Tikal choice because it just gives you more wood income. That's not really that helpful in this sort of scenario. You really want to make a bunch more light infantry or something. Here, Greenlove's coming in for another attack. What? Sorry.
Maybe he wants the defensive bonus. It does give you. It's like
perhaps,
a giant temple. Basically.
Yeah, perhaps. But he's the one that's supposed to be making action happen because.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Maybe the better choice would have been Porcelain Tower, no doubt about it. He's gonna go for a wonder at all.
Yeah.
Because the Porcelain Tower would have maxed out pretty much all of his resources.
Yeah, and that would have been a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Especially for his metal income.
And then he could start pumping out ships to raid because you get the ship advantage as well with the faster ship production. But Serengeti's still, if you look at his score, he's still head and shoulders above the rest. He is the catalyst here in this game.
Yep.
Makes it happen. Serengeti looks like he's getting the Civ 3. So he's going to be able to build a 5th city.
Yep.
Which is awesome for his eco.
Yeah.
But his eco is doing really well already. It's a little low in wood, but everything else is pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like Vulia's recovered at least all of the eco. The techs are, however, different.
Yeah. Only gold, no caravans.
Yeah, no caravans.
So he's hurting on gold. He should have at least one caravan going.
But he did do a good job sniping that one of those bombards, and now he's gonna get the other one.
Yeah. That's kind of the nature of all
the army is still, yeah.
Yeah.
Should probably just put all those troops into the castle, which he does, and just let the castle make something happen.
Yeah, and let your troops heal. And Greenlove looks like he's rotating. Greenlove's getting up the red fort. That's a defensive bonus.
Yeah.
So you can have red fort and to Cal, so that'll help him. I'm not sure. Oh, Riga just lost his supply wagon, so that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, yikes, yikes. Now Riga is going to have a fight in Greenlove's territory without Monarch and without armor, second armor at least. This could be.
And he's
bad.
going to take out the Gardens. I think this is a bad move at this point in the game. The Gardens is almost doesn't really make that big of a difference.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I would have much rather just preserve my army here rather than
trying to throw it away to take out the Gardens. Yeah.
Yeah, if it was Colossus or Porcelain Tower or something like that.
Yeah, maybe, but like just compare their losses. You know, Greenlove really didn't lose that many units.
Yeah, what did that army cost? You know, that's got to be a good 1,000 each resource.
Yep.
Worth of units he lost.
Yep.
So, you know, it's almost in a way, it's like Greenlove getting a sack in a way.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, two sacks almost.
Yeah, because he just gets free army. You know,
even better than a sack, you know, because Greenlove is now able to rotate over and help Vuli if needed.
Yeah, then all those resources have to be spent by Riga to replenish that army. So it's like
it's gonna take some time.
It's like it's like a 4x sack in a way.
Yeah.
And here's some aggression from Serengeti. Looks like he's really trying to take Peshawar.
Yep. That fort and keep are really making things happen, you know.
Yep.
Absolutely. But you got to put your units in the fort so it shoots out faster. Forts shooting fast like that is actually really effective. You know,
yeah, especially when you're in the gunpowder ages, because you're just much better than the arrows.
Yeah. Wooly says I'm fine, but I don't know about that, Wooly.
It's not for long. I mean, Serengeti's going to be aging here real soon, and if you look at the score, he is way ahead of Wooly in score.
Yep.
Because look at Wooly's medal. Wooly Excuse me.
Bless you. Yeah, only 93 medal for Wooly. You know, it's not good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
And even honestly, at this point, even though Wooly doesn't even if Wooly didn't need help, it's not like Greenlove can't do anything. He's just sitting there. Like he's gonna run out of metal eventually because of he only has 6 metal miners. So I would rather see him try to do something on the other side rather than try to bang his head over and over and over into the Koreans player who's not who can't really do much to him in return.
But credit to Regazer, like we've been talking about in all these games, just keep bothering your opponent, keep him engaged, so your opponent who's clearly winning can just win his side.
Yep.
So Riga's doing a good job. He's Korean as well. You know, they're defensive specialists. He'll be able to sit here in Vigo for an hour before anything happens. And by that time, Serengeti will be H5 and steamrolling over. As you can see, Serengeti's taking Peshawar now.
Yeah, but Serengeti actually, there's a big problem here. Serengeti doesn't have Monarch. He has Despot.
Yeah, why isn't he upgraded that?
That's a really big blunder, you know?
Well, I guess, no, I think
the
thing is, that's why he spammed out. Remember, he had 4 generals. So he was going to go with, okay, I have enough generals to cover enough territory. I have a despot, I'm going to get plunder, and then I can age fast. And that's what he's doing.
Yeah, but now,
I think that's
the army is, like, he just lost a fight against Wooly, who was way behind him earlier on, and now Wooly has the advantage.
Yeah, just for the moment. Well, let's see. Wooly's nowhere near aging.
That's true.
Serengeti
nowhere near aging.
Serengeti's got a very good knowledge income at 356. It's pretty much as he hits Enlightenment, he'll be able to also upgrade to Monarch.
Monarch, that's fair.
All of his units. So he's going to be able to come back with the Monarch, with all those generals, and an Enlightenment Age army. And Vuli's completely decimated right now. I mean, he's playing catch up at least. He'll probably get this castle back up, but his army is, not that great, and it's not going to be able to deal with an Enlightenment Age army.
That's true. That's true.
At all. So
Again,
I
it's really-
agree with you, but I'm thinking that's the strategy.
Yeah, that's the reasoning. I get that.
Yeah.
I'm really confused. Where's Greenlove's army? Why is it so small? It looks like he's really crushing. Crushing Regazor.
He's going into booming and defending for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Especially with Monarch, you would want to be aggressive. You know, again, President's great for defense. Monarch not so much. Monarch is an aggressive unit, pumping out cavalry, giving you those, armor and attack bonuses.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm not sure. Yeah, I agree with you. He looks like he's just in Sergei's age. You know, now Greenlove's going to get the Terracotta Army, so he's going to pump out a ton of units. But it looks like he's just playing to hold when Vuli has no chance in hell of holding. There's no way Vuli's going to hold.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the scores, it's almost identical opposites, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Got, 2,000 more, 1,500 more than, and same vice versa for Greenlove and Vuli. I mean, Riga. Now he's saying, I'm going to come to your side when I age. I'm at 46.53.
Yeah, I'm at 46.35.
Okay,
You're just a little bit ahead of me, no worries.
Yeah, I'll pause a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see where Greenlove's saying he wants to age.
Yeah, Greenlove says, I come your side. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, I'm worried Serengeti's gonna hit and do a lot of damage before then, so we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Serengeti's currently teching up, doing a good job. Still has not clicked up on Monarch, but currently just doesn't have the wealth for it, which is fair. Probably should sell some of that food. Has 1,500 food that's going unused right now.
Yeah, and I don't think he even has a Senate up anyways, so you research it.
Oh yeah, you're right. The Senate at Tana got raised, so.
Yeah, I guess he's just gonna go for the despot with 4 generals as his move.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to work out too well when he eventually fights against Greenlove with a large.
Yeah, no, he's going to have to
army.
either get despot or president for sure at that point.
Yeah.
One or the other. One of them.
And here's a missed opportunity for Greenlove. So, if you look at Regazor's army actually only has a scout. That's the only form of detection. So an ambush here from Greenlove with all these heavy cavalry and arquebusiers could be really, really effective.
Yeah. Yeah, once again, I'm not sure why, as the Spanish player with Monarch, you're going defensive against Koreans. Like, it doesn't really, I'm not, and he's going H5. So maybe he's going to shift over and get aggressive here. And you can see some raids again, finally in that corner.
Yeah, also finally in the water raids, finally.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They got some gunpowder ships now.
Yep.
That's nice. And Riga's just done a great job of forcing. Like, I don't know why Greenlove's so afraid to engage.
Yeah, he's so passive. The Koreans player is also going to age.
Yeah. And it's even worse than passive. He's just like nothing. It's just nothing at all. Like,
currently he's teching up, but it's just going to take way too long.
He's just booming. He's booming, but as you can see, look at Serengeti's army. It's nice.
Yeah. And it's not full of decoys.
No, at all. I don't think he has any decoys. And 10 light infantry, 7 heavy infantry, 8 horse archers, 8 heavy cavalry, 5 generals, a despot, scout, 4 sieges. City's going down, and Greenlove's gonna have to rotate.
Yep.
But they're going to be in this position again. Oh, but actually that red fort's going to help this time. So this will give Riga an opportunity to probably siege on that red fort.
Yeah. The red fort, one of the best powers of the red fort, honestly, is units garrisoned in any fort heal at 500% the normal rate. So you can heal really, really quickly.
Yep.
And it looks like Greenlove's going to go for it, but with no forced... Oh, no, he does have forced march. Okay.
Yeah. And with Serengeti, with all those generals, force march for an hour, so he's very fast.
Yeah, but he does take a good amount of losses, and finally, Vuli is gonna age.
And once again, Riga's going for this Hagen Gardens, bro. There's no reason at this point in the game. Like, it's not gonna help you at all.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go from 370 to 320 knowledge is basically it. That's nothing. At this point. So, and here comes Greenlove's cavalry, probably gonna slaughter Riga's army unless he retreats.
Yeah, it looks like he is on the retreating path. Currently teching up. Oh nope, he's going back forward. And Greenlove. This is where the forage upgrade is needed.
Yes.
Yeah, and so now Greenlove's charging in. Gonna take a decent fight here. The troops are a bit damaged on Greenlove's side, but the age difference and also a smaller army from Regazor is gonna overall help. But then again, Serengeti's pushing again on this side, and Vuli is not saving army. Vuli needs to save army, move the army back. Give up the city, just tech up the army, so you can take a good fight.
Yeah, Vuli's army's definitely lost a very bad engagement there. Everyone's age 5 now, so that's going to even out a bit.
Yeah.
And, no one... Doesn't look like anyone's near industrial.
Yeah.
Although Serengeti is getting Science 5 now, so...
Yeah. And it looks like Greenlove did clean up all of Regazor's army, which is really good, but, Vuli took a lot of losses, and Vuli is slightly behind Regazor, so unfortunately it's not, they're still a good behind despite a decent engagement.
Yep.
And this metal thing is really, really, really hurting Greenlove at this point. Only 120 metal. Still no smelter.
It's been the same, basically the same metal for 3 games. It's like +6 metal for +120.
Yeah.
6 miners for 3 games, basically.
Yep.
And it looks like they're going to come back to try and pressure there.
Yeah.
But once again, Riga doing a good job. Just harassing enough to keep Greenlove from going all in on Serengeti.
Yeah. And Greenlove says siege plus, and that's probably because he has no metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look at Serengeti's library. Gone for Science 5 as you said.
Yeah. So that's gonna help him speed. He'll be able to get that Civ and that Calm pretty soon. Although it's still quite a ways from age 6.
Feels like Greenlove could really, it feels like Vuli could really benefit from a wonder here, or at least a bunch more units. Currently floating a lot of resources, especially metal and wealth, which are, obviously very important.
There's some good raids at the bottom, water raids from Greenlove at the bottom. He's got 2 corvettes.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah, nice raid. Causing a little bit of damage actually.
Once again.
And it looks like, Serengeti's taking another fight again. Riga's gonna push forward again. We've seen this cycle over and over. Except this time, Vuli's army's upgraded.
Yeah, it looks like Riga's coming with a ton of heavy cavalry. Look at that.
Wow, that's 11 heavy cavalry. That fort is gonna help a little bit, ping away at the enemy army. But this is quite a flank, This is probably gonna cause a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, because it's just too many light infantry to handle these heavy cavalry. Heavy cavalry saw right through there.
I don't know who's gonna win this fight.
I think Serengeti will come out on top because of Riga's heavy cavalry is doing some great damage here.
Yeah. And also the flank overall, Greenlove still has a good army, but unfortunately for Vuli, his army is just not large enough. Just taking all of the losses.
Serengeti still got a nice big army. He's got a bunch of light cavalry.
Yep, and that looks like a victory for the Regazor Serengeti duo, at least in this battle,
For the Clanhater appreciators.
Yeah, that convincing victory.
Yep.
The army composition again. We keep saying it again and again, but it's the metal. Greenlove just doesn't have the metal to afford heavy infantry.
Yeah, or heavy cavalry.
Yeah. ultimately that's probably going to lose them this game. Serengeti's finally going for Monarch. Should have gone for Monarch a while ago. But
yeah, but whatever.
yeah, Voli has no
Working
army.
out so far.
Is gonna,
And you see, this small little army from Riga still over here at Peshawar, still helping out.
Yep.
You know, protecting the flank.
Yeah. Scouting around, constantly just annoying, providing pressure. Yeah, I don't know how Vuli and Greenlove get out of this. This has been quite the game.
Yeah, I don't know either. Unless Greenlove can somehow age first, but I don't see that happening. Anytime soon. I mean, at this rate, it looks like Serengeti will still be the first to age. We're talking 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah. And I'm seeing in the chat, you know, there's some talk of how, you know, Outback is a tough map because you don't have enough mountains. I mean, that is true, but like, it doesn't excuse this 120. There's no smelter here. There's plenty of whales in the sea. There's another mine here that you could be using. And then there's, you know, obviously other aspects too. You can ask if Voli is willing to give away a mountain, or you can use this mountain in the front. You know, there's all sorts of different ways that mountain that metal income can be increased without complaining about just a single mountain.
But we're seeing some good teamwork here from Serengeti and Regazor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm impressed. I think, you know, Regazor has not had the flashiest plays thus far, but you know, the constant poking and prodding has been really effective. Aside from the only complaint I have is the excruciating mill refusal to research mill 3.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's been a trend in the last few games.
Yeah,
we're seeing. It doesn't look like Karakorum's gonna go down. I guess they're gonna have to retreat. I'm not sure why. They're gonna get these monarchs all the way at the there. He needs to get hit back to act as.
I'm at 55 minutes. I'm at 55 minutes 20 seconds.
Oh, okay, I'm 20 seconds out.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, still, I mean, sure, they hold off this push, but it's, you know, it's not solving their problems long term.
Yeah, it's not a long-term solution at all. Again,
we see here on the right side. Yeah, on the right side, you know, we see a nice push from Greenlove. This is kind of what we wanted to see. Not playing passive, actually taking the fight to the opponent, but his Monarch gets sniped because of poor micro.
Yeah. And the Koreans are, even though it's a Mongolian city, the Koreans are right there to
repair,
to do a lot of defending. So
yep, I'm at 56-10, and the capital looks like it's going to go down soon. The capital of Voli, I mean. Oh, he switches capitals at the last second.
Yeah, he moved just in time. And
but
he's
still,
moved to a great spot.
Yeah, I mean, still, like that, you know, again, it doesn't solve their problems, as we were saying.
Yes.
Well, he's just too far behind against Serengeti to really make do of anything.
Yeah, it's just gonna slow him a bit. But the one advantage for Serengeti and Regazor is that those cities are all on the coastline, so you can start sending ships back there and start sieging down the cities, and then just walk your army in.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
So let's see if they start using the water more here.
Yeah.
That would definitely help them a lot, make their life a lot easier. But if Serengeti just rolling along here, it looks like he's going to be able to hold Karakorum pretty easily.
Yes. And Serengeti looks like he's going to get prepared, like getting aged somewhat soon. Needs 1800 knowledge, but you know, doesn't need any more techs at least.
Serengeti ages. Yeah, he's still quite a ways away with knowledge. And, you know, age 6 ages very slow.
Yep, definitely.
But yeah, if he gets to age 6, then he gets, you know, either the comrade or the CEO,
Yeah, and also tanks. You know, it's
Yeah,
very hard to win from there.
and planes, and dreadnoughts, and I mean, you know, dreadnoughts are just devastating from the sea.
Yep.
So
I
that
would like to
definitely
see some
needs
tanks.
to
That
be-
would be a welcome surprise.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get there this game because
It looks like it's over at this point.
Yeah, Vuli's basically done. I mean, he's got no army. He's got 2 heavy cavalry. He's got no mines. Yeah, it's gonna be. You're gonna see GG here soon.
Yep. They're fighting a good fight.
Yeah, Greenlove's trying to push down here once again with these decoys that are just getting picked off because they're not real.
Yep.
And you have the Koreans trying to repair. Here comes the heavy cavalry from the Koreans trying to defend. I'm not really sure why Greenlove's trying to push here. It's not really going to help.
No, it's not. It's not at all. But I mean, maybe.
Both capitals are miles away.
Yep.
There's no real. There's some eco at that city, but Serengeti's taken so much real estate. He doesn't even need that city anymore.
No, not at all.
Serengeti's taken out the terracotta now. Terracotta's gonna be gone.
Yep.
And he's gonna be able to just walk into Kaifeng pretty much unattended.
Yeah.
Unopposed.
And this is really, really hurting. Let's take a look at Vuli's eco. It's just absolutely destroyed. Struggling to put up a fortress right now in the new capital of Kaifeng, but it's not gonna work out. And it looks like Greenlove's army is destroyed after some placed bribes from Regazor. Really, really nice play there.
Yeah, Regazor had a ton of heavy cavalry that did a lot of work.
Yep.
It really helped. Yeah, that was. I don't really understand what Greenlove was trying to go over there. Maybe he thought the capital was somewhere over there.
Maybe, but you can clearly see. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'm actually not sure where where Serengeti's capital is. It must be in the back here. Yeah, in the back.
Yeah, it's all the way in the back at the southwest.
Yep, I see it.
But I'm thinking Greenlove probably thought that the cap was maybe behind Khanbal.
Yeah,
Close.
perhaps.
Maybe that's what he was thinking.
Perhaps.
So that's Kaifeng is just done for.
Yep. Would not be surprised to see GG's called out, and I'm surprised. Actually, a little surprised that they haven't called it out yet. But
well, you know, it's a tournament. They're gonna try and push a little bit because you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe your opponents will put on no attack, hold attack stance, and then you can take out their entire army. You know.
Yeah. Or they just start suiciding or whatever.
Yep. Or they accidentally sent you resources instead of their ally.
Yeah. But Kaifeng's going down here very shortly. And I think once that happens, we probably will see you. And Serengeti's down to also. So they can walk in and take that small city for free. I don't know, I guess Greenlove's got enough army to hold here. We're just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah.
Do we just fast forward, or do you want to?
Yeah, let's fast forward a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
This goes on for some time.
Well, tell me when you're gonna hit play again. I'll hit it.
Okay. Okay. Well, Serengeti's aging, so we can hit play, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to see some tanks. Are you?
Yeah, why not? I'd actually really like to see some dreadnoughts and just melt these cities on the coast.
Oh yeah, definitely. Dreadnoughts are also just really good against the units that they're the Enlightenment Age can put out. You know, just coastal bombardment.
Oh yeah. And Riga's gonna get to die.
Looks like Riga's also gonna age before Greenlove, surprisingly. You look at the knowledge.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, there's just no way he's coming back. He's nowhere near a. He's got basically no resources. He's got a ton of knowledge.
Yep.
But it's a wrap.
Yeah. Regazor is gonna go for reverse side just to rub it in.
Yeah.
This has been quite the game, definitely.
It is. It's been quite the series, actually.
Yeah. I'm really excited that we got a really close match for a while. You know, it's been really hard to tell who's going to win for a really long time.
Yeah, and like I said, this is the first series where we got actually all 3 games in.
Yeah.
Every other one's been a sweep. And Serengeti's gonna start upgrading all here. Things down here shortly.
Yep. Got some upgrades coming along.
We'll start seeing some tanks here very soon.
Yep.
And some armor cars.
Artillery's getting the upgrade first, I guess. Well, he's still trying to put up a fight. He's built up a decent army, surprisingly, even though after the economy was destroyed so much, but it's not going to work out too well against a hyper-advanced army.
It looks like Greenlove's going to be able to age soon.
Yeah, Greenlove's clicked on the button, but Regazor has also clicked. I'm at 1 hour 4 minutes.
Okay. Speed a little bit up. All right, yeah, they're both aging.
And we see from Serengeti the tank upgrade, light tank. Yeah, for a lot of our more casual fans, you know, tanks are excellent, and they're, you know, it's not any different in Nomad. They're just really, really strong army units.
Yeah, and if you click on one of the tanks, you can see they're going to be have a ton of armor.
Yep, 6 base armor.
Yeah.
Here we see Vuli trying to raid with Corvettes in the back again, but it's too little, too late.
So the tanks are going to have 6 base armor, and then a +8 additional from all the.
Yeah, the Monarch and stuff.
Monarch and the General and whatever else.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful tank.
Yep. But I'm a little bummed out. Like I said, I would like to see some Dreadnoughts on the back. One Dreadnought could completely level K Fang.
Yep.
Oviedo.
Get rid of that fortress. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could just. They're just awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Especially against H5 army. Or H5 technology.
Yep.
And Vuli's got nowhere to go. It's not like he can cap.
Yeah, probably not even enough space to build another city.
Yeah, no, I don't know why they're still going, but I guess just for practice.
Yeah, just for funsies.
Yeah.
Looks like Greenlove and Regazor have both reached industrial age. And
we'll probably start seeing some planes soon.
Yep, Serengeti's got an airbase near Santander.
Yep. And planes against H5, of course, is a huge advantage.
Yep. Although admittedly, the only person who's H5 at this point is Vuli.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, you throw planes in there, it's just basically defenseless against them.
Yep.
I know some of the lookouts can shoot arrows, but it's very minimal.
Yeah. Seems like Serengeti's going to relish this victory, just taking his time, you know, gradually building up a force. getting some planes, getting some artillery, armored cars.
But I am surprised, no ships.
No ships.
No.
Yeah, that's a thing that a lot of players on Outback kind of neglect. Unfortunately, on Outback, raiding the opponent's water is really, really powerful.
Well, and especially in Age 5, like I said, such huge range. They do so much damage. I mean, clear out all of these cities on the coast. Just one dreadnought, really, but out there, it would melt them down so fast. And then you could just walk through those cities with your army and everything.
That's true. And Regazor points out rubber in the bottom. That's a rare that doesn't reveal itself until the Industrial Age, but this rare is really, really excellent. All of the rares that reduce any oil costs really are excellent because oil is the most important resource in the Industrial Age. Especially, especially if you've played in these scenarios.
And it also gives you oil as well. Not only does it reduce, but it also...
Yeah, that's true.
It gives oil. Alright, probably fast forward to the end.
Yeah, let's fast forward.
It's pretty much just done. It's just...
Yeah, they're just dragging it out. Okay.
Yeah, there's 0% chance of these guys coming back.
This goes on for some time.
I got to the end. It ends at 1:13.
Okay, I'm still 5 minutes off.
Just fast forwarded right now.
Yeah, I am doing that. Currently at 3 frames per second.
Because it's just it's nothing to talk about. It's just done.
Yeah, game is very over.
It's great play by both teams. This has been a great series. Probably
definitely.
the most competitive series we've seen so far in this tournament.
Yeah. It's been a really swingy back and forth set of series, or set of games. I mean.
Yeah, and we get to see kind of the players' tendencies as well. You know, Riga's good defender, good raider, harasser, great teammate, just supporting. So that Serengeti, who's been more of a boomer, scouting as usual, booming a lot, and playing well. Good micro from Serengeti, and great aggression early in all the games. Love to see that early aggression. A couple small micro blunders.
Yep.
Of course, Green loves great play. Pretty much, especially in this game. I mean, and came back to really give trouble. Riga's really had him on.
Yep, definitely.
And then, of course, Green Love only likes one mine. We learned that about him.
Yep.
So, if you guys ever play against Green Love, just go find his mine and raid it. It's only got one.
Yep. And we see that GG is called. GG, well played. Yeah, I would agree. I think, this series was really excellent. It was a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to cast. We saw some great plays, we saw some minor blunders, but these things add up. And so ultimately it was the team of Serengeti Regazor, the Clanhater Appreciation Society, that took it home and really, really sealed the deal.
Yeah, we can take a quick look at the stats.
Yep.
Riga's are with the most units built. Serengeti, of course, kills.
Yep.
But outside of Serengeti, if you look at the other three, it's pretty much even kills.
Yeah, that's true. It's fairly even game throughout.
Yeah.
And Grelov actually ended up with the most.
Kills,
yeah,
a lot of those kills Serengeti got in garbage time.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
So, great job on that.
All right. Anyways, it's been a long stream. This is 3.5 hours.
Yeah, marathon stream.
Yeah, I hope everybody has enjoyed this. Sweet games. I'm looking forward to the next couple games. Tomorrow, I believe we're casting the tournament organizers team Connor playing.
Are we doing just Connors, or are we doing victors.
I think we're doing just Connors tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll figure that out and let you viewers know ahead of time. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast. Again, this is AS Eat the Pair talking, and I'm on the line with olddirtyh.
Yo.
Yeah, really, really excited to see what other games come out of this tournament. And that's going to be 2-1 victory, Clanhater Appreciation Society against Squatter Water. All right, thank you so much for joining the stream, and we'll see you around.